You had to get another sweep. Well, get a sweep.
Finally won a freaking series.
Since we lost to the daggone Pirates.
Hey, look,
Sorriest team in the daggone MLB.
they not though.
Not anymore, but
they,
they usually are. They're
they
still at the
yeah.
bottom of the totem pole.
Well, they did lose 8-2 today.
You excited
I
for the
am
jerseys? My
staring.
bad. I'm
Oh
sorry.
boy, no, go ahead, let it
You,
rip.
you excited?
No,
for
he's
the
happy.
You excited for
No,
the new jerseys tomorrow?
Nah, but
Later today?
I am, but I know I'm excited for the realness. He got Daniel Falele back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got the worst player on the Ravens. He want to go to the
La.
Giants.
all I'm
Come
saying
on, you still got time, bro. Lamar
All I'm
should have
saying
been
is-
OTAs.
no, it's just listen to me. Listen to me.
Stay home.
You gonna say some prayers for
Hey.
Jackson?
Listen to me. When it's time to move on, it's time to move on. It's okay. I'm from here. I live here, so I'll always be.
I'm
kinda here, but
calling the Bob myself.
go ahead. I don't care what he says either. He's in Iowa. He can't do anything to me.
I'm making the phone call. Phone a friend.
Go
Use
ahead.
a
Call him.
line. I'm gonna call the Bob myself. Now, see what he gonna do, right? He gonna remind you, and or he'll just bait you with a championship belt.
You know what the crazy part? No, see that's what I don't want to do because he does that on purpose. Like he
He
trolls.
might give you, but if he give you the belt,
No, he's not.
you gotta stay.
He's not. He's not giving me no belt. He's going to. You don't know him very well because he's going to, like, especially if he gets a stage or like an audience, it's over. He's going to try to torture me. And I'm like, bro, you're not doing this to me. It's not going down that way, brother. But that's what he does. Hey, look, I got this new gimmick, but you can't see it because of the lighting. But it says
I see it.
are, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is a birthday gimmick I had, but thought it looked cool in the background. But sometimes you can't see it because of the
No,
lighting.
you can actually see it once you know what you look. Now it just faded out.
See, I told you because
Maybe you got to move it up like literally like 3-4 spaces.
it's because of my feel like
Oh, you know what?
bouncing off
Now
of.
and now it's doing like
See that?
going in and out.
See?
In and out.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's why I wanted to bring it to the forefront so people don't think I got this giant red laser behind me. But if you missed what that thing said, it said on air, which means the red light is on, and we, the Wrestling Realm, are back for another week of enticing pro wrestling intellectual conversation. Once again, we'll start off with a little bit of sound effects. Where's my thing here? There it is, right there. We are on the road to Wrestlemania. Okay, be patient, people, because I know by this time Wrestlemania should have been come and gone. But it's okay. It's a little bit later this year. And there's something that we, as the pro wrestling community, we have to discuss. Is because the world seems pretty split on what's going on right now. And there's a couple of head scratchers going on in the world of professional wrestling, because tonight we are going to discuss, is WrestleMania 42 ruined? What's going on? Has TKO Sports really watered down what WrestleMania used to be? Are the ticket prices turning people off? Did they really lower the prices because CM Punk called them out? Are we adding extra gimmicks? Is WrestleMania now just a cash grab? We're going to talk about all that and more tonight on the latest episode of the Wrestle Rum Now podcast. So listen, as we patiently trudge our way to WrestleMania 42, ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts because we are back. Let's get it.
Houston, we have a problem.
Welcome to the Wrestle Rum Now podcast, where we take a deeper dive into the world of professional wrestling. Now, I'm your host, yours truly, the realness himself, the real Dwayne Allen, and I am in the building. And he He is your host, Mr. Super Producer, Brother Hugh. We know him as has the third A to the A to the S, D to the H to the E, 3 to the R to the D, is in the building, and he is your host. And his Marvin the Martian mug, by the way. And he is your host, not just any guy, but the Belt King, Brandon the Guy. He should be in the comments in the building. And he is your host, the man, the myth, the legend, the founder, the creator of the wrestling realm, and still in 2026, Mr. Steal Your Goddamn Show. Watch out. Brian H. Waters is in the building, and we are back for another enticing episode of the Wrestling Round Now podcast. Brothers, how are we feeling today? What's going on? Like I said, we should have been at WrestleMania, but things are different this year. Things are different this year. We're going to get into all that stuff and more, but we're almost there. It's almost a bit of a delay, but we're here to have a conversation. But I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you guys how you guys were feeling on this road to WrestleMania, because we have quite the enticing conversation that we have to have tonight. A little bit controversial, but I think it's necessary. But how are you all feeling before things get a little negative?
I'm good, but everything's a work. The world is a work.
I'm
Just saying. Just throw it out there real quick.
I mean, kind of. Yeah.
Just throw it out there.
Just saying. It's kind of a work. Yeah, it's kind of a work. I think so. It's kind of a work. It's a lot of stuff going on right now, and it is. I know pro wrestling when I see it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's all I'm gonna say. But listen, we're here. WrestleMania is upon us, and just last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, we were having a conversation, and the card was heating up. This is not a WrestleMania preview show, so we're not going to go into details because we're going to save all those fun parts for our preview show when it comes to this year's WrestleMania. But good brothers, there seems to be quite the big elephant in the room, and who else is better to address that elephant than the wrestling realm? So, fellas, we have to answer once again another $1 million question. Is WrestleMania 42 ruined? Is it? We are going to talk about the history of WrestleMania. We are going to talk about what WrestleMania usually feels like, and we're going to talk about what WrestleMania feels like today. I don't know, fellas. At one point,
Well, we're gonna talk about it. The real Dwayne now just got frozen, and when he's not frozen no more, I will shut up. But as he was talking, Brother Hugh, you know what I was thinking about?
What were you thinking about, brother?
What did you say? What have you been saying since September, October? What is it all about now?
About brother Game? Is that what you're talking about? Who you talking about? You gotta give me a clue. I say a lot of things.
It's about it not being about WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, it's about money grab, baby. We about to get this money. Man.
No, not that
Which
part.
one are you talking about? Which one are you talking about? You got come on, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You know what I mean? WrestleMania is now a Saudi thing. Straight up.
But just 1 year early, huh?
Yeah, 1 year early. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. You know, okay, Realness will be back in 1 second. But you know, I'm excited to jump in this conversation because we saw leaked text messages this week. And I know it's like, well, what does that have to do with what we see on television? But I think things come full circle. You know what I mean? CM Punk going out there saying things now. I know you saw they conveniently cut that out of social media. It's still on Netflix. It's still on YouTube or whatever. But, you know, the part about lowering the tickets. Yeah. They're still not that low, though.
They're not.
You know,
they're not, bro.
Like, you know, and I understand inflation, but, you know, one of the things I was watching today, part of it, was the WrestleMania 9 documentary.
Oh, God.
And Well, here's the part that I'm getting to, brother Yusuf.
Okay,
when they
that's crazy.
They talked about always wanting to have that $25 ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Okay, so you can't get it out.
No, man. Look, it's allergy season.
I know it is. It's been kicking my butt all day.
It's allergy season. Technology want to act a fool. The realness came back, but he black. And it's like, y'all not
He was always black.
The back powers or wannabe powers not stopping this show tonight.
You know why? Because I was thinking about Vince McMahon, and I had a random question that popped into my head about a couple minutes before the show.
Well, you gotta ask it now.
And that was, does Vince McMahon, if everything clears with the case, does he get inducted into the Hall of Fame in Saudi?
Oh, safe place to do it if you're gonna do it.
Exactly.
But I still think the perception and everything, and I also don't think Vince will go in.
Okay. Why is that? I don't think the people need to know.
I don't think he want to go. That's what they kept saying. Like, he was very adamant against it. So I don't think he would go in. But before we get there, because we will jump into all this stuff while we wait, the real Dwayne Allen get back. Now, I'm not going to do things the way he do it. I'm not going to use his lingo. But we got to let the people know that this show is indeed powered by a place. If you're going to the Oriole game this weekend, do like I did on opening day. Save $20 by doing this.
If you're looking to purchase tickets to concerts, live shows, sporting events, and more, head over to SeatGeek.com where you can use our promo code Wrestling Realm for any one-time purchase of $50 or more. That's promo code Wrestling Realm on any one-time purchase of $50 or more.
All right. So now make sure you use Brother Hugh. You going to the game this weekend?
I'm not sure. I might be going to a lacrosse game.
Oh, okay.
I might be doing a lacrosse shoot. So we'll see. I know I'm doing a football shoot this weekend too. So
got you. I definitely want people to use that code if they are going to WrestleMania for sure.
Absolutely.
Tickets are high, but save yourself $20. And when you sign up for SeatGeek, put the code in immediately. So you might be rushing during checkout. This is what I did. They give you in the settings, you can go right there and put in promo code. So it automatically applies to that first ticket purchase.
Yep. Save you $20. That's enough to get you a glizzy.
I know you saw that in Toronto.
It's crazy, but
they sold lots of glizzy. But Brother Hugh, before we get into that, and like we said, we got a lot to talk about. You know what the time it is, simply. Brother Hugh, when you turned on your television and you looked at some good old wrestling, what did you watch this week?
Dang, what did I watch? I spent a lot of time with my nieces, so I didn't do too much watching of things, but I did see that little pipe bomb thingamajiggy that happened on Raw that everybody's talking about, everybody's hyped about. But you know how I feel about CM Punk. Nothing personal. It's just, okay. I've seen it before. Whatever.
No classics for you?
Nah, not yet. Nah. If I think of something, I'm gonna definitely throw it your way, but I can't think of anything right now besides, the Oreos, my nieces, and that little thing I was just talking about.
I gotta be honest with you, man. This is WrestleMania season. This is the time where I go through all the WrestleManias and watch a piece of something. You know what I mean? Shoot, we got 41 of them to choose. I ain't been doing it that much this year. Usually it only happens now at this point if I'm sitting right here on the Wrestling Realm Now podcast. But like usually I'm tweeting about it, I'm posting about it. It hasn't been anything. Like right now I got on the main event, the last year's WrestleMania, but as the realness is just styled and profiled right back in.
Smooth as cat I know.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna get smoother. I am back. There you go.
I don't know the rest of the words.
That's a banger. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's okay. Nobody does. It's one of the things that make Eric Bischoff's run completely good. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Keep going. We're right into the middle of what did you watch? I was following along. I had technical difficulties, but let me just say this right now. Technology should be at a place in the year of 2026 where if you need to switch the Wi-Fi that you're on, I should not have to reset my MacBook just to get back into the mix because I switched it back and I had more technical difficulties. But that might be God's subtle way of saying, you know what, son, you need a new MacBook Pro. And I say, Father, thank you, Lord. Anyways, but yes, continue, fellas. It was getting good. Thank you, Brian H, for concluding and finishing all logistics. But continue, fellas.
Absolutely. I ain't in the show soon. Quick. But as the guy would say, a drive-by.
We got 2.5 hours to go, buddy.
Oh boy,
2 o'clock this morning. Here it comes.
Nah, school's back in session.
No, not for me, buddy. Not for me.
Wait, you on spring break?
Yeah, still.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because they didn't necessarily start last week. It was like it ended in the middle of last week, so it was like Wednesday. It was a half day. And then you had Thursday, Friday.
Right, yeah.
We right in the middle of the official spring break.
So you got the ones that's got post-Easter, where mine was pre-Easter.
Bingo. That's how you keep all the kids not on the bus stops at the same time.
Right.
True. But yeah, I was saying how this year I just haven't been watching a lot of WrestleMania content like I always do. I haven't been watching a lot of classics. I'm pretty sure WrestleMania 9 will make its way in the fold. WrestleMania 39, the two favorites, WrestleMania 28, but I just haven't been like super pressed to do it. Okay. I do have one last year's.
I'm sorry. You think maybe that's the problem? You started off with saying WrestleMania 9, right?
Right.
The level of depression that just came over you when you said WrestleMania 9, it doesn't even have the same effect on you as it used to. When, good brother, are you going to be able to accept the fact that WrestleMania 9 has cast this shadow of depression, especially during this WrestleMania season, brother who watched this, which also happens to ironically be in Las Vegas once again?
Realness. Earlier today, I was thinking, hey, Google, stop.
Man, she trying. Okay, I hear you.
It's the bedtime.
She's trying to tell us the weather for tomorrow. That's fine. I mean,
that's the bedtime. The directions. Tell me what's the weather before I go to bed.
Oh, okay. Because we all check the weather before we go to bed.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking. I said the homies don't like WrestleMania 9. I love WrestleMania 9.
No. Nobody.
They made a documentary about it. And
Who cares?
I mean, they did. They made a documentary about applesauce, but you don't see everybody eating applesauce every day. Okay. I'm just saying,
anyway,
documentaries don't prove that everybody loves it.
It's 41.
Somebody cared enough to do something about it.
A lot of people didn't rock with 41,
which was ironically in Vegas.
It was in Vegas.
Okay.
And now in 42, we're having a conversation tonight. Is WrestleMania 42 ruined? Maybe they need to stay away from Las Vegas. Now, they did the state of New Jersey back to back. A lot of people ain't rock with 5. If you go through those old books and them older lists, 5 tends to be towards the bottom.
It gets lost.
That is
because, true. I love the mega powers exploding. That was a big deal back then, but I don't think there was such a big story other than Rude beating Warrior, but also like kind of who cared? Doing cities back to back isn't always a good thing, but we're gonna see. But that's one of the things I was watching this week.
So you was watching that, but you couldn't watch Ready to Rumble. Okay, that's good. That's great.
I didn't finish Ready to Rumble.
I'm just saying that was your homework.
He was, I mean, that's what I'm saying, brother. He had since last Wednesday, and
Absolutely.
I don't understand why, like the day of the show before, knowing you got a lot going on right now, like why would you share time with that Because like you purposely put it on. I was like, okay, cool. I was going to spend the first 30 minutes of the show going over quotes and lines from the movie.
Absolutely.
I thought I mistimed my day. I thought I had enough time as I was finishing post-production.
Okay, a lot of excuses. Yeah, that's what I hear.
Anyway,
DJ right now.
As I was finishing post-production for Breaking Through Glass Ceilings, which is live right now on YouTube, where I had to talk about, the MLB is more popular than the NBA, but people not ready for that conversation. And of course,
okay.
World Series, Baseball Classic, outdrew NBA Finals. So it's not on top of that conversation. But I had an uncomfortable conversation about that. How Angel Reese is about to make the Atlanta Dream more popular than the Atlanta Braves, Atlanta Falcons, and Atlanta Hawks.
That's dangerous.
Huh?
That's a dangerous move.
They've already given her a nickname.
What? What's what they say?
They be calling her Buckhead Barbie. Buckhead is a very fancy neighborhood.
Yeah. I know.
In the suburbs of Atlanta. Buckhead is very expensive.
Yeah.
So, I was like, oh, okay.
BJ this year in Atlanta, Georgia, and yes, I have my hotel booked, and your boy may be on a panel. Y'all will find out here on the Wrestle Realm as soon as the panel is accepted. Possibly talking pro wrestling.
I never lasted at any panel at NABJ. That's my confession for today.
I didn't go to any panels in Vegas. I realized that at the end of the trip. I was like, bro,
who goes to panels in Vegas? I'll guess what? I have a confession, another confession. I wouldn't have gone to any panels in Orlando.
Yeah.
Brother Hugh.
No, I'm going to tell you why you probably would have.
They got free passes to Disney World.
Oh yeah. I'm not there at all.
Brother Hugh, you would have went because Ken Griffey Jr. was on the bill, and we found out as we got there that he wasn't going to be there. But we still got to meet Fred McGriff.
You're right. I definitely went.
Fred McGriff and Gary Sheffield. Realness, you probably would have the first year because it was your first one. Probably would have went the first day. Then the second day, I can't say. But the first day, Top Dog was around. You might have ended up at a couple.
Oh yeah, okay. In all fairness, yeah.
After the ESPN breakfast,
you
would have been at the breakfast, eating all the food, talking and mingling, and then getting your resume and working the gimmicks, working the tables.
I'd have got on the bus to Disney World. There's free passes, all 4 parks.
So you guys would have been there. Yeah.
I would have been all through Animal Kingdom.
Now here's the crazy part, right? Here's the crazy part about Vegas.
It's crazy.
I enjoy NABJ in Vegas more than I enjoy WrestleMania in Vegas.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. So you said you've enjoyed NABJ in Vegas more than WrestleMania.
In Vegas, yes.
Now, my question is, did it have anything to do with how much you engage in NABJ, then how much you engaged in WrestleMania in Vegas?
That is a great question. That is a great question. Doing due diligent journalism.
I asked that because you are so in love. You're so in love with WrestleMania 9. I walked past Caesar's Palace. Yeah, just last summer. I was there, fellas.
The beautiful place.
You were.
If I didn't have to deal with some controversial business, I had a phone. Don't show the picture. I had a phone.
Hey, shout out to Bartlett, man. It's a great.
I almost said the wrong name. I was about to say it's the Ron Bartlett, but I had a. I was about to say that, or like Ron Rudad. I was like, nope, that's not it. I had a phone.
Jonathan Bartlett, bro.
There you go. I knew it was something.
I knew it was a J.
And I had my little tripod thing, and I was gonna go and I was gonna cut the promo of a lifetime at the Caesar's Palace parking lot, because that's exactly what it is. It's the parking lot. But I had to deal with some controversial business. But I was like, yo, wait. I couldn't get past. I walked past. I said, this is it. This is where WrestleMania was. I said, man, this isn't it, man. I'm going back towards the section where the water shoots up out the fountain.
But now I'll be honest though, like I had fun at the little remix Rumble party. Shout out, got to meet D'Lo Brown that night.
The real deal now.
Yeah. Shout out
Don't
Shout out to
the brother Hugh. I saw you. He tried to. He's about
yeah,
to.
you ain't 12 no more, brother.
Heck no.
Those
Messed up everything in my head.
Ramifications and repercussions.
But yeah, shout out to the ladies from Tea and Tussle over in the UK who was over here visiting, having a great time. You know, I said, look, you got to meet D'Lo, and D'Lo was, you know, you could tell like he appreciates his contributions, but he also appreciates hearing them. Wale Mania was probably my favorite one, to be honest with you. Well, Philly was great until it was over, but no, LA between LA and Vegas. But I will say the Vegas one, being you know, I got dap up Jeff Hardy, and then I mean, my gosh, seeing Chris Bay walk in, you know, after what he had been through, like that was just like
very inspirational.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, it was a good time. But then WrestleMania happened, and it was, you know. But we're here to talk tonight, and that's what I'm excited about. Also, before we get into more stuff, realness, I got to ask you this.
By all means.
Talk to me about who is this new IWGP champion?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
Here's the thing. I don't have any footage. I don't have a picture yet, but I finally realized that, you know, it's monologue time, so everybody buckle your seatbelts. I'm long.
Yeah, but because real quick before you get into it,
the
reason why I'm setting this up because I saw a name that I did not recognize, and I saw, you know, I'm doing my notes and I'm looking through what's happening in the world of professional wrestling. I was like, oh, I never heard of that name. Okay, well, I know just the guy to go to.
Of course.
So
here's the thing. Here's how I'm setting this up. A few months ago, every major staple that was currently in New Japan Pro Wrestling, it seemed like they were all leaving, right? And majority of them ended up in AEW, right? And there's been kind of this back and forth as far as this partnership is concerned, and the conversation has turned into with Hiroshi Tanahashi officially retiring and going full-time as the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling. What is going on that all your current staples that were kind of like steering the ship? I can't really say they were like changing the game, but these are your main players. All of a sudden, they just decided they wanted to leave. And I was like, you know, so who's going to be the ones to carry the ball? Who's going to be the, you know, the new guy, right? So then there's a transition period, and I came to a conclusion, gentlemen. I said to myself, I got a feeling I know what Hiroshi Tanahashi is doing. He is doing what happened with him back in 2004, 2005, is when New Japan was in a very similar place as WWE, where they had to say, okay, all of our major stars are going, we have to start over. Now, we've told this story before. We've had this conversation. They started over. It was three major pillars that they started to rebuild New Japan around. They had the partnership with TNA. They brought in Brock Lesnar for a little period of time, who probably shouldn't have been there due to, you know, his contract obligations with WWE, but he didn't care. Right. They had a partnership with TNA. Kurt Angle was going back and forth, and at one point he was the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion as well as the TNA Champion, right? It was Hiroshi Tanahashi, it was Shinsuke Nakamura, it was Katsuda Shibata, and like those were the three pillars. And of course, you had guys like Johnny Bernardo, we know him as Tensai, or what was his name? Albert. However, you know, Matt Bloom,
A-Train,
Matt Bloom. He you know, this is the genesis of what eventually will become like legendary in New Japan that we came familiar with. And there's a gentleman named Callum Newman, and he became the youngest IWGP World Heavyweight Champion in history. He's and he won the title at 23 years old. He has the record by like maybe 3 months. He's 3 months younger than Shinsuke was when he had the title. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, he beat Yota Tsuji, and I was like, okay, I see what Tanahashi is doing. He is completely hitting the reset button. And he's not the only one, fellas. We see this in NXT. we're kind of seeing this in TNA, where everybody's like, let's just start fresh from the ground up. AEW is probably the only place that's still like really taking former names and trying to put them in place, right? But it was quite controversial. But when I saw this kid, I'm trying to tell you, this dude right here, he might be the one. I've been looking for the next one. But fellas, I told you before when Yoda Tsuji had won, and I don't have a photo of this, but I was like, yo, his attitude was all New Japan Pro Wrestling. You know, when he went on Tanahashi's podcast, because Tanahashi has a podcast now. It's like President Speaks or something. It's crazy. He said, I'm all New Japan. The AEW partnership, we don't benefit from it as much. I don't see the point of it. We should be all New Japan. And at that point, I saw like, okay, this guy right here is about to be a new pillar. And with, I don't know how many decisions that Tanahashi makes, because it's still a company that owns New Japan. I believe Bushido Road still, the card company, the trading card company still owns New Japan Pro Wrestling. But as far as the pro wrestling decisions, I know he has a large part in that. And the fact that he is like, okay, I'm hitting the reset with Callum. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing his name the correct way. It's Callum or Callum, I'm not sure. But he is
like a baseball name.
It does, doesn't it? He is one of these pillars that is like, okay, this is one of the guys that going to start trying to rebuild this product around. And fellas, I mean, that not only can he go, but this guy looks the part, he dresses the part. You know, he's been validated by a number of different IWGP world champions. Will Ospreay showed support, but not only did things get a little controversial with former, you know, IWGP champions in support of this new gentleman, but Gabe Kidd showed up and he was pretty fired up. He came back with an American mask on, power drive Yota Tsuji, and then took off the mask and he had an AEW t-shirt on. Now, this is the same guy that said F New Japan Pro Wrestling, F Tanahashi. I was like, whew, somebody's got sour grapes now that they left New Japan Pro Wrestling, but he showed back up. So we're seeing a little bit of creativity as far as this partnership is concerned. I was like, okay, I thought this might have been a shoot, because it's not always common that you see these type of storylines and gimmicks kind of cross over into New Japan. And because when the audience is a little bit different when it comes to Japanese wrestling, right? It's a very respectable response to the wrestling. It's like they're responding to the art form. So like when you have a run-in, it's very rare you have a run-in that means something. But it was like a big reveal when Gabe Kidd took that American mask off. I mean, that audience came kind of unhinged. He was just 2 feet away from New Japan not too long. He just showed up in AEW. So him coming back, kind of taking that moment away and kind of making his presence be known. But yeah, be on the lookout. Callum Newman, man, he's just this dude is he's probably going to be the next one. I watched him, I was like, okay. Once again, like I said before, New Japan, you've got my attention. So I'm waiting for one more star to say, okay, this is another guy that we can see as a pillar. But man, they're not wasting any time. This guy's 23 years old, and I mean, it's Tanahashi's coming with the blueprint. So yeah, man, this is it's definitely a sight to see. So we'll see what happens next, man. But it's kind of exciting to see where this might go as far as New Japan, because New Japan has been around for a while, even to the point, you know, we know when ownership began to change over the years. You know what I mean? Yeah. After Antonio Inoki was no longer owner of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then like, you know, the various presidents and just where the company is now, even like cleaning out what they had now and saying, okay, cool, let's start from scratch. It's like it shows that they either believe in the talent that they're working with, that they're training, and you know, I think Tanahashi is going to rev it back up, and this guy's one of the pillars. So that's my New Japan spiel in my true long-winded way. So I'm telling you, man, fellas, keep an eye out. He's going to be somebody in probably 3 to 5 years. Tony Khan's going to try to steal.
So look out for it for sure.
Yeah. So there you have it. New IWGP World Champions. A lot of championships being handed out. Shout out to my man Big LG, Doc Gallows. He shouted me out on my birthday. Cheers to you, good brother. I saw that.
Man. Did you enjoy your birthday?
I did. I always enjoy my birthday. I enjoyed it in my way. It's not the normal way, but it's
my way or the highway.
Sure.
Some days you will see things my way, but you never know where you're gonna go.
One of the greatest WrestleMania packages of all time.
I got to beat you, Rock. I don't have a choice. They was fighting over Deborah.
Here's the point.
That's crazy, right? Right.
You sang a song and it invoked a feeling, Brian H.
Mm-hmm.
It brought you back to where you were.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just knew other words to the song. That's how I know you knew where you were when you felt that song. You knew it was WrestleMania season.
You do. I can see it when you laugh at me. Look down on me.
No, just let him keep going.
Walk around.
I'm gonna let him go. But
this time I'm gonna let it all come out. This time I'm gonna stand up and shout. I'm gonna do things my way. It's my way. Oh, you left me hanging.
I did.
No, it's the song.
You know how they do. You know how the choirs do. You know how they.
You can't
my way or the highway.
You can't be quartet and rock and roll. It's not going to work.
Not quartet. That's choirs. Quartet.
No. But
lead in.
Yeah, but since when do you choir direct?
Next to a choir director for umpteen years. I played choir music longer than I played quartet.
Okay, well, listen. I don't dispute that by all means. But there's a reason why you remember that feeling and those things came up. It's because that's what WrestleMania used to invoke. Fellas, I must admit, I'm not feeling it right now. There's a lot of things that are going on, and there's a lot of things that could possibly be contributing to why WrestleMania, I'm not going to say it feels flat. It's because when you see the match card, you're like, okay, wait a second now. We might be cooking with something, but it seems to be an extra little bit of sauce that seems to have our community, the pro wrestling community, kind of in a bit of an uproar. And as controversial as it might seem or may not, we're here to discuss because we got, is this fake news? Are we exaggerating? Is it really that serious? Are these things really stopping us from enjoying WrestleMania the way we usually? Is it because of the extra things, or is it because we know that TKO's in charge and we're looking for someone to blame, or we're looking for reasons to rebel against, I guess, the system of we like things one way versus the way things are now? So we have to have that type of discussion. So let's just jump into it. Let's not waste any time. Let's just get into it. So fellas, what is going on? Why is the world of professional wrestling, as far as the fans are concerned, why are they in such an uproar about WrestleMania just not feeling like WrestleMania? Who wants to tackle the monkey in the room?
Is one reason and one reason only. That's TK. It's TKO.
Now, when you say that, brother, I'm glad he bit first. Yes. Now he's on the spot. When you say it's TKO, what does that even mean? Is it really TKO, or are we looking for someone to blame because maybe WrestleMania is outdated? Maybe we're getting too much wrestling. Maybe we keep getting WrestleMania quality shows all year long that WrestleMania doesn't feel as special as it used to. Is that really all TKO's fault? Is TKO to blame for that? Or is it really TKO? Are the business practices affecting the product to a point where it's like, bro, we're trying to enjoy this, but you're making it really, really hard? Come on, brother. You spill the beans, brother. We got to figure this out.
Well, I'm going to speak for the average fan and what I see.
Okay, come on, speak.
Going throughout the social media channels.
The voice of the voiceless, like CM Punk. I like what you're doing there.
That's crazy, but okay. I like it.
You said that's crazy. Oh.
TKO is the problem because it's all about the money grab, and that's the way it seems, right?
Okay.
When we had Vince at the helm, right? It was all about doing it for the fans, entertaining the fans.
I was about to say bra and panties matches. Sorry.
Hey, it entertained the fans. You know what I mean? That was it. That was the target audience at that point in time.
1835.
That was literally it. But now it just seems like, and I keep saying this all the time.
Say it.
How much power does Triple H really have in creative?
All right. Since we're going to go there.
I've been saying it from the jump.
Okay.
Everybody was quick. Brian Waters was quick to jump on Triple H. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talking about he's booking this, that, whatever. But who's really calling the shots? Now we're hearing this thing about Pat McAfee's been called over. Just to sell some more tickets. You got John Cena coming out of nowhere just to sell more tickets. What else we have? We got I Show Speed. We got every other celebrity coming up, showing
we got
up
Lil
every
Yachty.
week.
Lil Yachty's being Trick Williams' manager.
Absolutely.
We got Rey Mysterio added to a ladder match. Like, so what? Just the names wasn't big enough. What's going on, man? What the gimmicks?
That's exactly what it is. I guess the names wasn't big enough. The tickets weren't selling for the prices that they wanted. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
they wanted to sell them for. So, with that being said, you have to sell the product. So I understand those moves. I don't particularly like it. I don't care for it. I'd rather not have all the celebrities, in my matches, this, that, whatever. But I understand where they're coming from a business aspect.
Okay.
So I kind of respect it. You see what I'm saying?
So tell us that part. I swear this is gonna get deep. I promise you, Brian H, we're not gonna be here for 3 hours, only 2.5. So let's talk about the business perspective, brother Hugh. You said we talked about it from a fan perspective, right? So we're fans. You lived it, you see it, like you said, this is what's kind of out there. You talked about the issues that are affecting the product that we enjoy, right? Okay, so you also said you see the business side of it. So explain that. What is it about the business that this model makes sense for the WWE as a whole, as far as TKO Sports making these decisions versus wrestling fans like, bro, just give us our product. We don't need all this extra stuff.
Right.
And then I'm going to ask you another controversial question. So tighten up your snapback because it's coming heavy today. I promise. It's like thunder and lightning is going to rain and strike down. But go ahead, explain the business side there for people that may not be like, well, what does the business have anything to do with what we're watching?
Well, think about it. From the jump, it's all been negativity when it came to WrestleMania. The pacing of the booking, because usually for January on, we already know when Royal Rumble comes, we already know what's going to happen.
Usually, yes,
straight up, literally. So it's a big change with that. You got the ticket prices. You also running the same venue.
Yes,
2 years in a row, like Brian said earlier. You know what I mean? So now, when you take those things into consideration, now you have to go above and beyond to sell these tickets because of, like you said, we're entertaining the same crowd that we had last year. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
And we got to bring the heat because, like I said before, this is the last WrestleMania that we're going to see here in the U.S.
Are we sure about that?
Well, we don't know yet because of the war thing. But
yeah, because 1 minute the straight is open, the next minute is not, next minute is false, next minute I can't keep up, man. It's a lot going on.
Right, but it's still a huge possibility.
Okay, all right.
That we might not see a WrestleMania here for a long time. I don't want it to happen, but it seems that way, right? So we have to make this WrestleMania what was the word they used that one year? Stupendous.
Got to make it stupendous.
Right?
Got it. We got to do something to highlight all the SAT words out here. Hold on, you deserve air horns for that.
So we bring in a guy like I Show Speed, one of the biggest streamers in the world, one of the most well-known celebrities of all time right now. You know what I'm saying? So he is doing great things. And who's his target audience?
Kids,
the younger crowd, right? So that's how you bring them in. You bring Pat McAfee in. He has ties with who? ESPN. There's rumors of ESPN and WWE or TKO having beef with each other because they're not meeting certain numbers for ESPN, right?
Sure.
There's always been rumblings about that. Starting with WrestlePalooza, by the way, right?
Terrible idea, by the way.
Exactly. Now you have what? We're running the first hour of WrestleMania both nights.
Yes.
On ESPN2, basically for free. Well, not really for free, but you know what I mean.
Sunday Night Heat style.
Exactly. And mind you, did you see the matches that they put on there on the first hour?
I did, and I purposely did not pull up the graphics because I'm like, I'm gonna save that.
Oh, they already announced it?
Show. They did announce it. Joe Test announced it yesterday. What?
I know I knew they announced the days. I didn't know they announced the
Oh yes,
yeah, they did it. They did it.
Okay, and talk to me.
If you look at those matches, it makes sense.
All I'm gonna say is, we know Obafemi and Brock Lesnar.
What? It's going to sell, bro.
Yes. ESPN said, "No, we want that match. We want that one."
Yeah. And Brock said, "I want to get in and get out."
Bro, he's going to come in here. He's going to flop around like a boss, get paid, and go home and buy groceries for his family.
Yeah, probably
absolutely.
And he's going and Obafemi is going to avenge all the black men who have lost to Brock Lesnar.
I don't know.
Amen.
I don't know.
And listen,
what you mean you don't know? Oh, no, I guess we gotta say that for next week.
I guess. Okay, keep going, brother.
Well, I ain't gonna be here next week. Y'all know that.
No,
Y'all know how these.
Okay.
I don't know. I think Brock's winning.
We'll pull out the shenanigans next week, Brian, because our brother Hugh, because Brian H won't be here, so it's going to be cut up central. But go ahead, keep going, brother Hugh.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the first hours. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the first hour. You see the matches that we have. It totally makes sense. Like I said, I Show Speed, one of the biggest celebrities out there right now.
Right.
He's on the first hour.
We got the sports people.
You still have ties with Jey Uso, who's still one of your top stars, top baby faces. Let's be real. You still got everybody out here yeeting. But you got to think about him, Jim, and Jacob. They're doing the circuit, visiting baseball stadiums, doing this, that, whatever. Plus, Jim Uso has the partnership with the San Francisco Giants.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
we got a heavy sports influence.
Absolutely. It makes sense to have all of these other people, these outsiders coming into our world right now, into our realm, right? I don't particularly care for it as much. And we talked about it. We touched on it a little bit last week, Brian. And I know you said you didn't really care for it. I don't really care for it, but I get it. And I can tolerate it. You see what I'm saying? Because I understand it from a business perspective.
Okay.
But the real me is saying, bump that jump. I don't want to hear none of that.
The real me
give me what I want.
Too.
Well, you know what the thing is, though, in all honesty, right? You go back let's go back to this is a bad WrestleMania about the books. It's the worst WrestleMania, the one about the name. But it was celebrity driven.
You always got to find a way to bring up WrestleMania 9, bro.
I'm talking about 11.
All right, just checking.
Which had Lawrence Taylor as the main event, right? And with LT in the main event, shout out to Vaughn in the chat, Dodgers over Giants.
Yeah, boy.
The Lawrence Taylor in the main event, right? You also had a heavy influence. You had Jonathan Taylor Thomas. You had the Nicholas Totoro, Salt and Pepper,
Pamela Anderson, Jenny McCarthy.
Pamela Anderson. And we're talking when she was
like 90s.
Height.
When Pamela Anderson was Pamela Anderson.
Right, that was Pam.
Yes.
Right.
And the WrestleMania, it still sucked, but here's the thing, right? As a wrestling fan, you didn't feel robbed. Like going into that WrestleMania, and mind you, I'm a wrestling fan that's taking what they're giving me on TV, and I feel like everything I see is a shoot. I don't know this is a predetermined business. So with that clarification, I didn't feel like, oh, but I'm not going to see this favorite, because at this point I had a lot of wrestlers who I liked, right? It wasn't just about Bret the Hitman Hart or rooting for Diesel because he was champion, but I didn't feel robbed. We're in a position now where it feels like these celebrities are taking up space and they're robbing us of people that we want to see, right? It's like WrestleMania 39.
Yeah, this is you're making these are interesting takes you're saying, Brian H, because there shall be a follow-up.
Well, you know, we mentioned him last week, Carmelo Hayes, right? You know, and Ilya Dragunov. That was a matchup that had the heat going into WrestleMania. It could have, the story, absolutely.
No, I'm not sure it did.
How much SmackDown you watch? That's what I want to know. And this isn't how much SmackDown, like the way you consume SmackDown, right?
Sure.
How do you consume it? Because, and the reason why I say this is because SmackDown's been very, very tough to watch
lately, yeah.
But
SmackDown's definitely in transition. They need to get house back.
Ever since Drew lost the belt, but go ahead.
That too. But think about it, right? Those matches were like that they was like those SmackDown 6 matches.
Okay.
You follow me? And as far as you went there for the graps. And the reason why wrestling fans feel a certain way, because WrestleMania was the showcase of the Immortals, but also the show where you got everything, right? You treated your wrestling, your diehard wrestling smarks. There was a portion of the show for them. There was a portion of the show for the celebrities. It was a portion of the show for the people who just like the main eventers, who like your Roman Reigns, your John Cena's, or even your special attractions like your Andre the Giants, your Hulk Hogan's, not Hulk Hogan, your Andre the Giants, your Undertakers, right? So it's just like WrestleMania 39. Here is Bobby Lashley, who had come off of the year, well, not the year, but Bobby Lashley was showing his dominance around that time, right?
Sure.
And we later found out he was supposed to be in a match with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt wasn't able to compete. That's why he was out. But it was the robbery. It's like, okay, we got him in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, but we just got him coming out there doing this. Meanwhile, we had Logan Paul on the card, right?
Okay.
We had, there was John Cena being a legend, him and Brock Lesnar, which is like, okay, you understand that point, but it's like I said, the robbery. You know what I mean? Even then, like Ronda Rousey didn't get the story. Like her and Becky couldn't tell the story that they wanted to tell. Instead, let's just throw them in the 6 women's tag. So I think now with this one, like I said, guys like Carmelo, Dragunov, shoot, even The Miz, you know what I mean? Kit Wilson. Yeah, they'll probably get some segments and stuff. I'm not doubting that. But it's when you see people like that, the Kabuki Warriors, who there's the note that they don't know how, it depends on how Nikki Bella's feeling, because the Kabuki Warriors may get in a match, But then I'm like, well, what do you do with Io Sky, who's been killing it story-wise? And I get sometimes it's not enough people for everybody to get on the card, but it's elevated and edified when you have a situation like what you're seeing. If you go to Ticketmaster.com right now, fellas, there's a lot of blue.
That means the seats are available.
A lot. Now, think about this. And I know we like to compare it before people say it. We like to compare it to our glorified Attitude Era.
Of course.
Because that was such a sweet time.
It was justified glory. People are clamoring for it now. I thank God that I got to live through it.
Yes,
absolutely.
WrestleMania 17, we would hear them say, sold out tickets in less than 30 minutes.
That deserves
you feel me? Those PLEs, or at the time pay-per-views, was selling out quickly, whether it was a stadium or not. And this was a time, sometimes you had to get on the phone if you was from out of town.
That's true.
You had to get on the phone and purchase your ticket.
Right.
You know what I mean? We've been covering WrestleMania right here on the Wrestling Realm. We've never seen that much blue.
Yeah.
So while we understand, I don't think it's so much of the celebrity involvement. What I personally believe is we know too much about the business of professional wrestling than we ever knew before, as far as
overexposed. Okay,
seeing what's going on with TKO, and we're not liking it, and there's a rebuttal with wrestling fans, because the truth be told, the tickets aren't that much higher than last year, but it's the same place. Now, think about Brother Hugh and I, Miami, Florida. It was our first time there. So not only was WrestleMania, we was going for the WrestleMania-ness of it all. We were also going for a vacation. Shout out to the Clevelander. Shout out to South Beach.
Amen.
Story available on Patreon. Just pay $1.
Shout out to running down the hall away from Tidy Whitey's.
That's crazy. Amen.
So
that deserves name.
That's crazy.
See, this is what happens. No, see, I was watching Bret Hart and Austin's Broken Skull sessions yesterday.
Yes.
And Austin's talking about when he was trying to get Brett the crack character, he kept doing the funky chicken when it was at a house show. And they showed the footage. It's like, this is what you guys do. It's like, I'm not gonna try to be like the Undertaker. Y'all just like refused to. He didn't break character, and it became a thing. Right. But I say that to say, the more and more I think about it, I think it's the business of TKO. Hence why I think CM Punk came out there, cut that passionate promo. Like, Punk was supposed to go in there and do one thing, sell his match for Roman, and he left out there to the point you forgot that he mentioned The Rock's name in the promo, that he's talked ish about their family, which The Rock said and instructed Triple H to make sure Cody didn't do. You forgot all about that because what happened? He brought up TKO and said, lower the prices. I also love the way he said it. Lower the prices so these families can see me stand over top of Roman Reigns. Great bar there, you know. But I think it's the business side. And I think because we know so much, it's really turned off the people. And addition, it would be easier to say this is a problem. It'd be one thing if it was just the location, but between the location, everything else going on, that's why this is such a turnoff. And I have to say, I'll close it with this because the text messages coming out did not help. But it is with that I will apologize to Paul Levesque.
I'm sorry.
That is a big screen, please.
All right, hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Brian H.
Thank you.
I will apologize to Paul Levesque for all the booking criticisms. I see that man. He just be fighting for his life every week.
It's a tough space to be in, but Brian H.
Hold on, that's all. What's the? Hold on. That's it.
That's all.
That's what. What else? I said I apologize. He just be fighting for his life every week. You know, I was very critical of the booking. It's more of, and it's not him. It's y'all. It's y'all people out there that want to glorify Triple H because when Triple H does this and when Triple H does that, he ain't showed me nothing.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to say.
There was no need for alliteration right there.
Okay.
Now, would I like Vince McMahon to be involved in the booking? No. No. Because we did an episode which you can check out in season 5.
Years ago.
Has Vince McMahon lost a step?
And that was years
ago. Said yes. The real Dwayne Allen broke it down and even brought up this. Not when it comes to the business of professional wrestling. And I quote.
Yeah.
And it's scary times because it's the thought process that maybe there will not be a McMahon running the world wrestling of entertainment. Now, I don't know if y'all saw Tony Khan talk about he put in a bid. Now, I got to give Tony Khan credit where credit is due. We giving credit tonight. We foreign motors out here. Scott Donahue just making up pay stubs. Oops.
Baltimore legend.
That deserves an air horn.
My former guy who used to sign my paychecks at one point in my life.
His campaign for mayor on the news was funny.
It was
very funny.
You remember he's like, there's no reason why the seniors sitting on the porch and you hear pow, pow, pow down the street. I said, did he just get on the news and say that and say pow, pow, pow about and singing sitting on the porch? So anyways, Scott Donahue, Fond Motors.
Right.
Commercials.
Hey, I was in one of them. Gotta go do a lot of digging to find it though.
Let me write this down. You one of those guys wearing the sunglasses in that video?
Nah, that was before my time. I'll just say it was the movie was it was from the movie White Chicks. That's all I'm gonna say. That was the theme of the song that they used. I didn't realize it was from White Chicks till afterwards. Shout out to Queen Amanada. No pressure, no noise. Just she proving herself that she's still that woman.
Focus.
Right.
Hey man, this is called Wrestling for the Culture Research. I threw an AEW, but I brought up, speaking of AEW, I brought up Tony Khan. Tony Khan said that he respected the privacy, but somebody revealed it, so he wouldn't go into details when he spoke on Coach and Bro. See, I did it. I mentioned the podcast.
There you go. Something else.
He spoke to them, and sorry, Willow was on the screen. He's
not gonna make it through this one, brother. Here,
no, he's not at all.
It's not gonna make it through.
Not even like that at this point.
That's like the third big sip within like the last 2 minutes.
Bro, he's not gonna make it through.
It's coffee.
That's cool.
Okay.
So he said that he offered to buy it, and I was like, oh, I can't. I ain't even gonna bring this up till the show because I was like, people were saying in the comments, of course, these are smart marks. Oh, Tony, I wish you would have bought it. This, that, and other. And I'm saying, you know what? We might not be having if he just purchased it and funds it, right? And then lets business kind of continue, like stays out of the creative, right? And keeps it separate.
What's never gonna happen.
I know, but just say it did. We probably wouldn't even be having these conversations. WrestleMania be in New Orleans.
So what exactly are you trying to say? This is for the people. Just to clarify, what exactly are you trying to say? What point are you making?
I'm saying my biggest point is that the people, that the reason why WrestleMania is still a lot of blue is not because of Triple H and Triple H's booking, Brother Hugh. It's because of Tony Khan.
That deserves an air horn.
I mean, it's because of TK, not TK, TKO.
Oh my goodness.
You're right. Okay. All right.
Well, thanks, Vaughn. He said nice Vincent pressure.
It's one thing we can't do is we can't be biased. And it's one thing to tell the points, but there's always two sides to every coin. And I've heard what you brothers had to say, and we're going to move forward because there's a few points that we have to address that seems to have most fans up in uproar. But yet, there's still some cards left on the table. There might even be considered contradictions. You say, okay, realness, well, what contradictions are you referring to? We talk about the celebrity involvement. What if we had social media back when we had WrestleMania 11? I put a quote from Vaughn, one of the comments that he put, and he said, when he was talking about WrestleMania 11 and all the celebrities that were involved, he was like, that's peak 90s celebrity. And we see that at that time, pro wrestling as a business probably was not in the greatest space financially, and imagine pulling out all the stops. You bring out all the biggest stars you can think of the 90s, and you had them all of that WrestleMania, and it was probably considered one of the worst ones behind WrestleMania 9. And
just saying about that one. It's about that one.
We just had to make sure we had to separate how the worst of the worst. But yet at that WrestleMania, you had all the biggest celebrities of that time period. You had Salt and Pepper, you had Jonathan Taylor Thomas, like I said, Pamela Anderson, Jenny McCarthy. You had so many. Then you had Lawrence Taylor in the main. Like you had all these peak 90s celebrity, as Vaughn said, and yet it didn't work. We look back in that WrestleMania and say this has got to be one of the worst ones that's ever been done. And their involvement may not necessarily have been in the match, with the exception of Lawrence Taylor, but they had their parts. But that was the foundation of what WrestleMania was built on, right?
Also, Larry Young, American League umpire, Larry Young, special guest between King Kong Bundy and the Undertaker.
Yes.
And
so it was, I mean, I can't say it better than Vaughn did. Peak 90s, the ultimate 90s celebrity. And it didn't work. But that was the foundation in which WrestleMania was built on, bringing popular culture into the pro wrestling space and then merging these audiences for at least one night. So now you look at the criticism of today's product, and they say it's to your point, Brian. You say it's too many celebrities taking up spots. It's like, well, if you look at it, there's no real celebrities taking up any spots because there's no like celebrity match. We're not getting like Little Yachty versus Logan Paul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The celebrities are kind of accompanying the major stars to add a little extra sauce to it, right? Lil Yachty kind of fought back, so a fan criticized him. You know, it's all he's got no point being in this space, and him, you know, criticizing his involvement with Trick Williams in the moment. And I completely disagree with the fan because Lil Yachty's a wrestling fan. He has 100%. Proven that.
Yeah.
He's not like, they didn't pay him to do what he's doing. Now, the Travis Scott situation, you probably could say that about that. Travis Scott was down until he realized all the commitment he had to do and then realized, oh, no, I'm kind of hurts. I'm out.
Right.
And then he just kind of left him high and dry. So I could understand in that situation. And he is still, Travis Scott's still one of the biggest stars of today. You still probably would have gave him a pass. Right. But Lil Yachty is a wrestling fan. Every event he can get his hands on, he's usually there.
Bro, he was at NXT.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't go to NXT if you don't really love professional wrestling. You know what I mean? So his involvement, it made sense, especially his personality kind of fits the character of what Trick Williams portrays on TV. So I was like, oh, they got good chemistry. This works. He's like, oh, he's kind of being we have a comment that Danhausen cursed WrestleMania in some way. Danhausen might be one of the biggest draws on wrestling. He's advertised every other minute. He's hilarious. But when you look at the celebrity involvement, the Pat McAfee, I'm not sure where this is going when it comes to this one, but regardless, at what point do we have a balance? Where is the balance between accepting the outside world as far as celebrity involvement, the iShow speeds? Like, these are big names. Like Brother Hugh said, this is the business of it. And they're not getting in the way. But if they take away Ilya Dragunov versus Carmelo Hayes, we find the balance between what's a WrestleMania match versus first of all, we already saw the match on SmackDown. Because these are our favorites and we think they deserve it. But it's like, who are we to decide who deserves what as far as WrestleMania? Because if you have 80,000 fans, I'm sure everybody thinks that their favorite deserves to be on the show. So what's the measuring stick? Especially knowing that popular culture is a major part of the foundation of what WrestleMania has always been in the first place. And even to that point, it's literally 2 nights. It's 2 loaded cards. You know, we started with just 1.
Right.
We have 2. Well, but where's the balance? Where do we see the intersection of, hey, this is the way a celebrity should be involved versus just waving your hands at the crowd? Hey, look, I'm at WrestleMania. This is cool. But celebrities actually wanting to be involved versus, well, shoot, you're taking up a spot for somebody else. Now, that Diddy concert, that was unnecessary years ago. Remember that?
The Diddy Flow Rider.
Bro, why?
Yeah.
Why are we having that's for intermission? Like, we don't even need that. You know what I mean? It's not like it's that situation. But where's the balance? Are fans really being fair about this, or they just griping because it's not what they want to hear? Is that's what's really bringing everybody down, or is it what's the deal?
But I think, again, I really think it's the TKO of it all, right? You know, when you peel back the curtain and you look at the Unreals, which is really just WWE 24. But we see sort of in which way we believe, and I say we as in the masses of the fans, see what they think, how it's being made, right? It's like, well, if this is how you doing it, why do you have this? And why are the ticket prices high? Also, it's not that hot where it used to be, where it was worth, and Brother Hugh just went out. Where it was worth, like, you know, Bloodline years, you got these ticket prices going into, say, WrestleMania 40, where, you know, you looking to pay off is Cody Rhodes, right? Or a potential payoff at WrestleMania 39 with Cody Rhodes, you know, him doing the chase. Okay, cool. You see why.
Which was one of my least favorite WrestleManias, by the way.
It was
boring.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It was boring. The whole show was boring.
WrestleMania 39.
Yeah, it was boring.
I think you just mad. I think
about it. What was the highlight of that show?
Which one?
No, the WrestleMania 39.
Which night?
What difference?
Because I loved it. I got Rey Mysterio versus
No. See,
got
you're a wrestling fan, but we're talking about a WrestleMania though. Like this is when we look back on WrestleMania moments.
The moment Snoop Dogg coming out there.
If we had to put together, I'm talking about an old school Brian H VHS, the best of WrestleMania. We only got 90 minutes on this roll. It's not even a DVD, brother. And volume 1 was WrestleMania 1 to 14. Now it's 2026. And we gotta rank the last 5 or 6 WrestleManias, and we gotta take moments from that to say this is the best version of this WrestleMania, because we gotta put this in Suncoast Video. We just got to go in Blockbuster. This got to go in Hollywood Video. What moment from WrestleMania 39 are we gonna say, oh, this is why you have to see WrestleMania 39?
The crowning of Rhea freaking Ripley over Charlotte Flair.
You're not saying much, buddy.
No, I'm not going to win this battle.
I'm just saying.
Because you do it. This is what you do.
What's your brother? He gets in.
Well, he's muted right now.
That's okay. When he gets
in your head, made up your mind. You don't like that WrestleMania, right?
It's not that I don't like it. It's think about it.
Realness.
Every time we talk about a WrestleMania, it's got to be something about it that we go, oh, that's what made this the WrestleMania. We know the card, right? Think about it.
Okay.
You just did the My Way or the Highway. You did that. You sang the whole video package. And that moment right there summed up that entire WrestleMania. We don't got to talk about the 50 matches that was on that card. When you think about that WrestleMania, you know what that WrestleMania was about. Think about it.
Cody not finishing the story.
But it was boring. That was
boring. To you. How?
It was because we all knew that it wasn't going to work out that way. Like, think about it. Even Roman Reigns winning was boring. Think about WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40 was the culmination of a 4-year story. It wasn't even about Cody winning. It was about this actually might come to an end. Because think about it. Because for the entire year, we were like, these guys are doing whatever they want to do. So we really watched WrestleMania 40 to see if this was actually if somebody can actually stop the juggernaut known as the Bloodline. Like, that's why that one stands out. It wasn't about Cody finishing the story. No, Cody finishing the story. He was just like the hero in the story. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you watch a movie.
But if WrestleMania 40 wouldn't see, that's why to me it was one of the greatest 3-year runs I've ever seen since 17, 18, 19.
As far as WrestleMania is concerned, or as far
as the greatest 3-year WrestleMania run.
Okay,
when you group them all together, right?
So 38. So you're saying 38.
38 the 2 main eventers on 2 different sides, right? You got the prodigal son comes home, right? Something we never thought we would see. And then we have Roman Reigns exudes dominance in the most stupendous WrestleMania ever, beating Brock Lesnar.
Okay, Brock
Lesnar, and he held both titles up, right?
Yes.
And then he comes in and after a year of holding both titles, remains the champion to the point it's like, I'm the greatest, undisputed. Now I'm emerged the belt.
That sounded boring, just as you said it.
You hate it, and it's okay.
I don't hate it. It just 39 it's very forgettable. Because this thing about it, like you said, you named 38. It was the moment that, like I said, that was a huge moment when he took both, because nobody saw that coming, right? It was like, there's no way in the world he could be this dominant. He's not beating Brock Lesnar. That's his rival. He beats Brock Lesnar. Like you said, he has 2 belts now. You're like, oh my goodness, this is just getting, like, it really was just getting started. Like, that was a huge moment. We'll always remember WrestleMania 38 for that moment. And then Cody coming back. That was a big deal. Like, that's 39 is just like, oh, he kept it. It's like, all right, okay, well, what else happened on this card? It's like, well,
but again, it's opinion, right? And
heist of the century. What was the heist of the century? What WrestleMania was that?
31.
Why don't we talk about the RKO with Seth Rollins and Randy Orton? It's always something about a WrestleMania that always defines the era of whatever that mania was about, right? That night, we probably would have, if that didn't happen at the end of the night, the heist of the century, we probably will be talking about that, right? We'd probably be talking about Seth Rollins taking that freaking the RKO from Randy Orton sky high, right? But
We're talking about Sting and the NWO.
Probably, most likely. That's probably that's what would have been as good as it was. Brother Hugh's back. Brother Hugh, you came
the
back.
Monday Night Wars.
Right. That was a culmination, right? But Heist of the Century, Monday Night Wars, like that's where you remember that. We don't remember everything on the card, right? But those are the things that stood out about that WrestleMania. WrestleMania 14. We all know what that WrestleMania 14 was always about. All the WrestleManias that sucked had no purpose to them.
What?
Think about it. If there was all the WrestleManias that we don't remember are the ones that didn't have something that made us go, this is what we remember this WrestleMania by.
I'm excluded from this conversation because I have a PhD in WrestleMania. So which WrestleManias don't you remember is what I should say. Because I can, like, I'm sitting here and as you're talking and you're making sense. I'm not saying you're not, right?
What was WrestleMania 7 about?
WrestleMania 7, Hogan getting the title back.
No.
And they had to sell less tickets. But he had the Iraqi turncoat.
And what year was that?
91, after the Gulf War.
Okay, right after the Gulf War.
So business was bad, but they blamed it on the war.
And Hogan couldn't even save it at that point because we knew that's what. But the biggest thing they could pull together was what? Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter, right?
Right.
Do we remember anything else about that WrestleMania?
Are you kidding me?
WrestleMania 7.
Are you kidding me?
We're talking about casual wrestling fans.
That's what I'm saying. Not you, brother.
Macho Man, and Ultimate Warrior. Macho Man.
Nobody remembers that. Nobody remembers that.
Oh my gosh, that's the Ultimate Warrior's greatest match.
Nobody remembers that. They remember because they remember Ultimate Warrior for shaking the ropes in his face paint. They don't remember Ultimate Warrior for his matches.
So we say nobody remembers, right?
Who
are these people?
We're talking about casual wrestling fans. That's like
who's the casual wrestling fans?
The ones who pay the money to go to WrestleMania. Wrestling fans don't pay to go to WrestleMania. I sit at home every week.
But
every year I sit at home.
Okay, now as somebody who's been there, right? There's more smart marks that you think, right? And if you talk about the people that's at your day-to-day house shows, I'll take that. They may not remember, but most of the time there's more WrestleMania diehards because they will save all that money for one time, right? And I think that's another reason why they have the issue with TKO is Vince wouldn't have done this. Vince, somebody said it earlier in the chat. Vince would have gave us Troy Allen 2902. Vince would have had that family 4-pack jumping, right? Those families, now I'll say maybe part of that, half of that family may not remember all the stuff that I'm going to naturally remember. I'm not mentioning at WrestleMania 7, I'm not mentioning this is the Rockers' first WrestleMania. I'm not mentioning the fact that the Hart Foundation was there. No, I'm mentioning a big moment, a moment that's in the DVD packages, which is Savage and Warrior.
Nobody remembers that. If you
at all, bro.
Because what I'm telling you is, if you ask anybody about Macho Man's career, if you ask anybody about Warrior's career, that match is not going to be in the conversation. This is what I'm saying. Like this, that's just natural. Like no one's going to go, oh, well, WrestleMania 7, well, that's when Macho Man and Warrior had his best match. The casual wrestling fan is not saying that. It's because WrestleMania is not just for the casual wrestling fan. It's for the common wrestling fan. It's because it's WrestleMania. Think about it. It's like the Super Bowl. Imagine how many people don't watch football every Sunday, but watch the Super Bowl. And they may know football and they may know certain things, but they like, no, I watch Super Bowl. It's the biggest game of the year. The NCAA tournament. I don't have to watch college basketball all year long to know that the Final Four is on. It's going to be the most exciting version of basketball that I'm seeing. I'm casual. Everyone who flies to these places and sees because I enjoy the event of what it is. So it's like every WrestleMania that had a big hook to it, right? Is the reason why you remember it, and is the reason why, hey, this is why we're here. It's because it's not just for us, because we know the details, we know the ins and outs. But every WrestleMania think about it. Let's talk about the failed ones. WrestleMania 20. What was supposed to be the gimmick of that night? What was the sell job that everybody was supposed to be like, oh, this is why we remember it. We remember that WrestleMania for all the wrong reasons. Guerrero. You said who?
Benoit and Eddie Guerrero at the end of the night, holding up the title.
No, that's what it turned into. What was it supposed to be, though?
Oh, you saying Brock Lesnar and Goldberg?
It was supposed to be Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg and Stone Cold Steve Austin as a special guest referee. because nobody expected those behemoths to be in the ring. That was supposed to be a passing of the torch moment until they realized that Brock Lesnar decided, I'm leaving. Goldberg decided, I'm leaving. And Stone Cold Steve Austin said, well, screw you guys. I'm kind of chunky anyway. I can't wrestle, but we'll try to make the best of this. When they put that out, they didn't put that match together thinking that, okay, these guys are going to leave. We'll just get one last big bang. And the proof is Goldberg sat there and said, I talked to Brock. We kind of had to make that moment right because that moment was supposed to be bigger than what it was. That was supposed to be a major passing of the torch moment, but it wasn't. It gave way to Benoit, gave way to Eddie Guerrero, and they sparked their own like the next level of how we would look at pro wrestling differently. That's why Eddie Guerrero was like a modern day Bret Hart. He changed the way people view pro wrestling as far as wrestling fans. Like, oh my God, a generation fell in love with Eddie Guerrero. A guy that they said it was too small to be world champion. So there's these moments that have to happen at each WrestleMania that makes the casual wrestling fan, oh, I remember this. Whatever, like it's like a hook. It's not necessarily a main event, but it's supposed to be some special moment, right? And all the ones that didn't have that are the ones that most people just don't remember. So, but Brother Hugh, tell me what WrestleMania 39 was all about. What was the hook? No, hold on. So let's double back. We're gonna test Brian H's theory out. What was WrestleMania 40 about? What was the hook? What was the thing you walked away remembering the most about WrestleMania 40?
What they call it, the best 5 minutes in wrestling.
Which was what?
Which was the ending, finishing the story.
Okay,
John Cena coming out, Jey Uso coming out. You know, the shenanigans at the end of.
You'll always remember WrestleMania 40 by that. Okay, WrestleMania 39.
Roman goes over. Well, you got to remember, 39 was one that I really didn't watch too much. Yeah,
but because my whole argument to Brian H was there was no hook to it. It was just a continuation of what was already there. Like it was like, okay, like nothing major happened that was like a turning point
at all.
Now WrestleMania, to Brian's point, WrestleMania 38. What happened? Roman beat Brock and merged the belts. It was like, oh shoot.
Right.
He actually that was almost the beginning of like, oh crap, this is about to get worse. And then the prodigal son returned. That was WrestleMania 38. So like there's these things that happen at these WrestleManias that make people go, oh, this is what I remember this WrestleMania for. Not the details, not all the cards, but if you don't have that moment, most people forget about these WrestleManias. That's just my whole point. And when he said WrestleMania 39, I'm like, when he said WrestleMania 30, I said WrestleMania 39 was boring. Maybe not in terms of the matches or the cards or the show, but I'm like, bro, I don't remember it. Like, if he didn't remind me, I know Cody lost to Roman, but I'm like, if that's the biggest thing, I'm like, everybody lost to Roman. That's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't remember that one thing that
it's
goes.
Something you got to go back and actually research.
Bingo.
You know what I mean?
Like,
but that was
everybody's
the build-up,
not Brian H.
But no, but the build-up leading into it, was can Cody finish the story?
Yeah,
and he didn't. You know, it's kind of like Shawn Michaels. The difference was they didn't crown Shawn Michaels. They didn't deem it the boyhood dream because he was a heel. So nobody would have cared about him reaching his boyhood dream in WrestleMania 11, right? Cody ran Shawn Michaels' story all over again, except he had a different opponent. But as far as winning the Royal Rumble, failing, and then going back to back and winning it, and then coming out on top. You know what I mean? Like Austin won the Royal Rumble, but the first time he didn't even have a title shot.
Nope.
You know what I mean? You know, now like WrestleMania, like Austin had a great 3-year run, but to your theory, like with WrestleMania 39 would be the equivalent to WrestleMania 15, right? Except in Roman's eyes, right? Where it's in the middle of Roman's story, right? WrestleMania 15, Austin won the title, but you were going to remember him winning the title from Shawn Michaels because that was the passing of the torch. This was the solidification.
Right.
Yeah. And this was like, we got to keep this bandwagon. We got to keep this band back on track. Yeah, because we did make a new star in The Rock, but we got to keep this band back on track. At WrestleMania 39, it solidified Cody Rhodes as the main eventer because Cody wasn't in the main event. He was main event in shows, but then he got hurt. But he was only main eventing because Roman was part-time, right? And we was happy he was back. But after that, he would go on to be in programs with Brock Lesnar. Then he had to go back, like kind of crawl back under, get his respect from Brock back, and then boom, that solidified him. Like, okay, now you're ready for Roman Reigns, right?
And I don't disagree with you, but
so
you gotta anticipate. You gotta and you gotta put that all into a moment, though. You know what I'm saying?
In a moment.
Like you gotta put all like everything you described. It's gotta happen at a moment. That's what makes a WrestleMania special.
Right.
It's gotta happen in a moment. Like you explained all that, but there's something that's supposed to happen that I'm looking at that explains everything that you just like the fact that you had to break it.
You need that highlight clip that you can put on socials right now. It's going to draw like you said. The
you put on
fan.
10 minutes. 10 minutes of that. If you take 10 minutes of every major WrestleMania moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you put them all in, like all you're going to get. This is the 10 minutes of this WrestleMania that you have to see. You know what I mean? What moment happened?
Analogy.
Go ahead.
I got a perfect analogy. Do any of y'all have ever watched the Ravens Super Bowl DVD by chance?
Which one?
Or the 2012?
No, I watched the original one, the old sports.
I watched it. I watched the first one. I didn't see the second one.
All right, 2012. It's when they went. So every time somebody wins the Super Bowl, they do the whole season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
You know what they start off with?
Training camp.
No.
What's that?
What happened the year before? AFC Championship game.
Against the Patriots?
Bingo.
The missed field goal?
Bingo.
The missed field goal? Okay. Yeah. All right.
That's the highlight.
Sure.
That's the highlight for WrestleMania 39. Solo Sikoa thumbed Cody's neck, putting him down. 1, 2, 3. That's how you tell Cody's story.
Bro, I forgot that. That's the crazy part. That's what I'm saying.
No, the real Dwayne Allen forgot that.
No,
I understand.
I
understand. You don't like the WrestleMania.
Take the poll. No, I had no problem. I just think it was boring in comparison to WrestleManias. We got to say, okay, this moment. The fact that Cody lost, I'm like, well, that was boring. And it's like you say, well, why is it boring? Because it's like, oh, so you just pretty much you gave a WrestleMania to set up the next one. So it's
yes,
but you take it. This is what I'm saying. You take away what makes a mania when okay, we're gonna throw this one away. It's because next year it's going to be that great. So like even like WrestleMania 15, WrestleMania 15 surpassed WrestleMania 14 easily. And you say, well, what was the defining moment of WrestleMania 15? Austin versus The Rock. Like Austin was Stone Cold. The Rock became just as hot as Stone Cold Steve Austin, and now these things are going to collide. It was like, and it was just the first one, and we got 2 more after that. Right. That was a big. Everybody wanted to see that matchup because at one point The Rock was there. And everybody's like, man, we didn't know what was going to happen with Austin being out. And then The Rock became that was the beginning of Austin versus Rock. Like that match is not their best match, but it's my favorite one because that was like, yo, this is the first time we saw The Rock in this space, and it started this whole Austin Rock rivalry. So it's like it defined that whole. You asked me about anything else in WrestleMania 15, I couldn't even tell you right now. It's because that moment defined it. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all the ones that didn't have something to make you go, oh wow.
Well, 16 was a throw. The difference between 39 and 16 was 39. Okay, you may say it was a throwaway. I say it was dominant. It was to continue the greatest reign in WWE Championship history since Hulk Hogan. But with that being said, they threw away WrestleMania 16 for Backlash, which made no sense.
Same thing, though. But why do you realize? Think about it. Just that's my whole point. That's why we don't talk about WrestleMania 16. You know what I'm saying? There was no moment like that. This is what I'm saying. When the WrestleMania doesn't have that thing, you know what I mean? WrestleMania 40, everybody forgot how cold they were night one. Most people don't even remember. Nobody even talks about the tag match between like The Rock wrestled at WrestleMania.
Right.
That's not the conversation. We don't even talk about the fact that, The Rock got back in the ring. But we talk about what The Rock did the next night in the moment. We talk about the Undertaker's moment. Undertaker he cheated. He didn't even have a match, but he had a moment because it's just WrestleMania. That's what makes WrestleMania WrestleMania.
I would agree in a sense if people didn't spend a whole year talking about what happened at the end of WrestleMania 39. People spent the whole year. People ain't spend the whole year talking about WrestleMania 16 or some of the other WrestleManias. We spent the whole year discussing with WrestleMania 39, especially when Cody and Roman went face to face a random time during the summer, but then leading up to the buildup because he kept bringing back to that moment. So you took me out, you screwed me because you needed your cousin.
What were we talking about at the WrestleMania 39? were we really talking about Cody Rhodes?
I don't remember.
Yes.
No, we were not.
What was we talking about?
The goddamn bloodline, the dominance of Roman Reigns.
Absolutely.
Roman Reigns, he owned. Think about it, Brian. He owned like at that point. I agree with you. Like Cody Rhodes, you lost. It was like, okay, cool. We thought he was gonna do it. He didn't. But then, like, no, I didn't pay Cody Rhodes any mind. I didn't. It's because we became so enamored with what Roman Reigns was doing. It became the whole.
We literally talked about the bloodline for the whole year.
It was
but especially I know, like, especially once we got to the Civil War. But before that, before they even, thank you for the repost, Sports 0026 TV. Once we got to the point where it was about, you know, I don't know. I'm just saying. I know when Roman wasn't there, right? Because this was the time when he took the time off. You know, it was about making Cody Rhodes and making sure they kept him in that conversation. Like Cody didn't get kicked down to the bottom, and that's what I'm saying. With 39 helped him.
No, and listen, once again, I don't disagree with you, but it's like compared to the other wrestlers, to be sandwiched between 38 and 40. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, cool. The continued dominance.
The cream in the middle is just the best.
Maybe so, but it's if you look at all the WrestleManias where nothing like WrestleMania 13, what was supposed to be the thing people walked away talking about?
Bret Hart beating Shawn Michaels.
It didn't happen, so they had to pivot. They went with who? They went with Undertaker and they went with Psycho Sid. God rest his soul. But we walked away from WrestleMania 13 talking about one thing and one thing only. That's Austin Bret Hart. It wasn't meant to be that way, but that moment in itself is what defines WrestleMania 13, and everybody knows it.
So let me ask you this then. WWE don't believe we can still talk about Cody Rhodes after this WrestleMania, that they needed Pat McAfee in this situation?
Well, that's why this is what the conversation is here. Because why are we in this space? Why are we not prepared to have this moment? What is going to be the defining thing of WrestleMania 42? It's because we have people in the uproar. We got people upset with celebrity involvement. We have people upset with ticket prices, CM Punk being the man of the people, speaking up and saying, man, this is part of the issue, right? And then we have random, like, I expected Pat McAfee to come out and get on the microphone with Michael Cole. I don't understand why him turning heel and why does Randy Orton need his help, and they're going to save WWE and they're going to drop a couple F-bombs. It's like, so is this how we're selling the rest of WrestleMania? Ice Show Speed is doing a better job out of everybody. It's because he's literally playing a character. Like, bro, I didn't mean to do this. I don't know how I got here. Like that's his whole gimmick. He's always think about it. Remember the first time he showed up at Mania, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at Royal Rumble.
He
was live. He was live streaming, and he was saying, and for Speed, you got to go. He's like, no, I'm not prepared for this. What are you saying? I'm just a streamer. Like, he's playing the gimmick. He's the streamer kid. Like, he's playing his character. He's playing it well. He got Danhausen's way. Danhausen said, let me be you. Give me money. I'll be on your streams. We'll do this together. He said no. He got cursed. So Danhausen gets a bag because now he's involved. Speed gets involved. He gets beat up in his own house. He's in the middle of it. He's helping his buddy win unintentionally. Now he's in a 6-man tag. He's been training with Randy Orton. That dude is a phenomenal shade. He's an athlete. Now he's about to have a WrestleMania moment. To me, it's earned.
Right.
Like, hey,
that makes sense.
Like that's earned. Okay, cool. But yet he's not like, oh yeah, I'm just here because I'm happy to be here and I'll get in the ring because I want to try this. No, he's sitting there walking like, bro, how did I get in this situation? I'm scared. And Logan Paul and Austin, they're like, no, don't worry about it, bro. You're cool, man. He's like, no, bro. I don't know how. What? Now I got to face LA Knight and the Usos. He's scared out of his life, but it's working. It's working, right? It's working.
That's the problem. A lot of it just feels forced with certain people, like Pat McAfee. That was forced. It wasn't needed at all. Think about the backstory between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. We're not even mentioning that they used to be in a faction together. The history between that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we talked about the family a little bit. Like, what was the point of Randy Orton dropping that line about family?
I don't
know. There's more than one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to know.
What was the point of it?
before y'all go off,
yeah,
as you're going off, both of y'all, I want to know what was y'all going off this. Can y'all share with me y'all immediate reactions? Because my head was probably somewhere else on Friday night, and I wasn't paying attention to the chat.
Oh, that's an easy one. I'm gonna let Brian, brother Hugh, finish this one, but go ahead, Brian H.
Yeah, that's just the question. A part of your answers, I want to know like exactly your headspace.
I can tell you exactly what I did. I was talking to brother Brandon after that show.
Brandon.
Absolutely. And
he deserves the air horn.
As soon as Pat showed his face and did what he did, I turned it off. I'm dead serious. I was like, look, come on, bro. Like, for real? This is what we're going to do? Why?
Let me get my Stone Cold Steve Austin real quick. And when you turn off the TV, what are you thinking?
You and your broken skull sessions. I tell you what I was thinking. I was confused as heck. I was like, what? I swear I was confused. I was like, what? First of all, I was like, why is Pat McAfee turning heel? And why does Randy Orton need his help? Randy Orton doesn't need anybody's help.
Exactly.
He's like, oh, he kicks him in his in the gonads, and then he says, "Where you guys are ruining it. You guys are ruining." Like everybody's trying to turn on corporate. You and TKO are ruining this place, and me and Randy Orton's going to F and save it. Since when do we need your help, Pat McAfee? What are you talking about? You help bring Michael Cole's joy for commentary back. That's a good thing you did. Why do you need to help Randy Orton save WWE now? What's the deal? I'm sorry.
I hate doing this. Stay right there. Realness. Right there. Because you notice something that nobody else, I do my scouring through the internet and I hear everybody's takes. But the one thing nobody has ever pointed out was the fact that Michael Cole started calling out Corey Graves afterwards. Like, no, we don't call matches like that no more. We don't do commentary like that anymore. When Corey Graves had kind of got like kicked out and back up.
Yeah.
Did you look at Corey Graves' face after Pat McAfee did what he did? It kind of gave him that look like, and this your man's? Right. This your bro? That's who you yeah. Like, yo, when I saw that, right? I thought about
that's your man. That's your man.
That's what all I kept thinking about was everything you had said. You was like, yo, even Michael Colby kind of looking at Corey Graves like, no, bro, no, not that. Just like loosen up, have fun. You started too busy trying to be a wrestling nerd. Yeah. And Corey Graves gave him that look like, you bet you love me now, huh?
Like, oh yeah, this your guy, huh? This is the guy that you so I was when I saw it, I was like, bro, what are we doing? And that's what sparked the conversation. And I was like, okay, this looks a little desperate. Like
big time desperate.
What are we doing here? And I think the biggest problem, gentlemen, is we don't know who to blame. That's why me and Brian Nations went back for 20 minutes about these moments at WrestleManias. It's because it's like, if we're looking for these moments, is this really the answer? And not only that, who is to blame for this? ISO Speed, good job. Okay, let's be fair, fellas. And we're going to wrap this up. We're getting out of here. Let's be fair. There's a lot of things that may be contributing to the way WrestleMania looks right now. And that has a lot to do with the injuries, right? We have no Bronson Reed. We have no Braun Breaker. Seth Rollins is just coming back. I'm almost sure that their original WrestleMania plans were decimated a long time ago.
Right.
If I'm being fair. Pat McAfee turning heel and helping Randy Orton out, I'm not sure that has anything to do with anything. I don't know if that's the answer. And I don't and the ticket prices are just absolutely insane at this point. It's almost a running joke. I think it's a combination of go ahead.
My fault. I was about to say, but if you think about it, what's been happening a lot lately? There's been a lot of negative feedback with certain segments, right?
Yep.
Yes. Of course, that's one of them.
Yeah.
But this is still getting the publicity. It's still getting exposure because it was bad. You see what I'm saying?
That's
you see what I'm saying? It's still a win for them.
That might be part of the problem because there's no such thing as bad publicity when it comes to business.
Absolutely.
So it's almost like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I don't know who to point the blame at. So I go back to the original question of what tonight's show is about. Go ahead,
Real
brother.
quick,
You got something else. You had a light bulb moment.
I was going to ask, did McAfee sell the moment on his podcast?
See, I don't know. I didn't see it the next. Well, see, I don't know because SmackDown's on Friday and his stuff doesn't start until Monday. Like his show doesn't pick up back until the
week. He talked about it for sure. Well, he went back at Punk.
Okay.
About how he draw more money and Punk can't draw whatever. Because when calling him McAfee was oof.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, okay, so we need Pat McAfee. That's the answer.
That's what we
but
need.
Did you hear? You listen to Cody Rhodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said something. He said, "Yeah, I wrestled The Rock and Cena and Roman, but they wrestled me." And you can see like the frustration, and it's like the promo WrestleMania 29. It's like, do you not believe in me, Eddie? That's what Chris Benoit said to Eddie Guerrero. And it felt like it gave TKO because the parent call was from Ari Emanuel. And that's what Punk was getting at in that promo. Ari Emanuel said, no, we need Pat McAfee involved. And they said Pat didn't even want to do it. And then I was like, all right, fine, y'all can't get the other people.
It's kind of his agent. I mean, I don't know how that works. How you because I don't know. It's weird because he didn't that his agent, but like he owns the whole company though. Like he owns it.
Yeah, he's on the board.
It's like,
wait, is he still an agent?
I don't. That's what I'm trying to say. I heard that was his actual agent, and I'm like,
that's what I heard too. Yeah,
like he's represented by Endeavor, but like because Ari Emanuel used to be The Rock's agent at one point, and I'm like,
and Nick Khan's right? No, Nick Khan used to be. Yeah. No, Nick Khan used to be somebody else's agent. But yeah, definitely Mayo definitely used to be The Rock's agent. And I think he does still rep Pat McAfee.
That's crazy. Like, but you own the company though. Like you own Endeavor. Like I don't know.
Somebody...
He get a lot of money. I know that for sure.
Yeah, and Pat, but apparently he didn't want to do it. But he the one, Ari Emanuel, and this is did y'all see those text messages? Did y'all go through?
I learned about something called secondhand embarrassment, and I experienced it. I said, "Oh, this is tough to look at."
I said, "Oh, that Nick Khan a slick mother. Shut your mouth."
What?
Linigis. And he's like, "What does that mean? What that?" I guess. Yes. What the hell is Linigis? Read it backwards. Like, take this conversation to signal. I mean, look. So I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Let me just say.
Yeah.
Like I use WhatsApp. No delete policy.
Sure.
You say what you want to say,
quite encrypted.
Unless it's an error, but no delete policy in my WhatsApp conversation exchange. So the amount of deleted posts, and they all came from Slick Nick.
Right.
I was like, ooh. And like I told you, I met him before, and he's like one of those people. Like he's just like massive. Like, why are you so big? Like even Triple H ain't like that Jack no more, but he looked like, and I remember that first interview. I remember that first interview you did when they had that massive release that Cardona was a part of. Yeah. And he was like, if I got to take the blame, I'll take the blame. And I just see him as the money man.
Remember, because we all blamed him. We like, who does Nick Khan got firing everybody?
Yeah. Right.
They brought in this money dude, and now he's just cutting the budget. He doesn't care about who, Yeah, I remember that.
Snip, yeah. And that's what he was given. Like, and then like Triple H is like, yeah, I'm dreading tomorrow, D-Day. I'm like, you really said D-Day? And it's funny because I remember one Thanksgiving, I think it had to be SmackDown vs. Raw 1 or SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Me and my Uncle Troy was playing, and he named this creative pay-per-view. He named it D-Day. And it's like, that's always been like a war. Like I remember that in the history books. And for Triple H to name the day before the company sells as D-Day, it's like, sheesh, And I just felt so bad for him. And I said, here now, like I said, I don't glorify the bookification of Triple H. You know, shout out to Shawn Michaels, the great work he's doing over there.
Oh, hold on, that's another SAT word, bookification. That deserves an air horn.
Thank you. You know, I still think Shawn Michaels is does an incredible job. Make sure y'all check out this conversation with Carmelo and Kaz. It was a great convo.
I didn't know how you were going to feel about it. So I saw it. I said, I wonder how Brand H is going to feel about this one.
Yeah, no, it was a great one. It was a great conversation. You know,
brother, you got to go back and watch it. He's on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
okay. Check it out.
You know, and I like how he tried to say that he's not the person who does the recruiting. He said he has a great recruit team. It's like, yeah, okay. He didn't say Internet Explorer this time. But okay, I think that, I look at, like, if you watch Stand and Deliver, right? Great night of wrestling, also great night of storytelling, even in this funky transition period. You know, which makes me excited for NXT Vengeance next week, which we get a rematch of Jada Parker versus Kalani Jordan. I can't wait. Like, those girls doing their thing on social media. But you see what, you see what, like, Shawn Michaels, like, he says, the key thing he says to his wrestlers are, whatever thoughts you've had, I done thought about it. So talk to me. Sometimes you need to yell. He said a lot of times that was Triple H. He said, you can yell at me, right? And I'm like, I don't know if Triple H is that guy like Shawn Michaels as far as being so peer relatable, because on the main roster, he's probably still dealing. I think this is how I always see it. I feel like people look at Triple H, the NXT kids, and I'm talking about the ones that's younger than us. They look at Triple H as dad and look at Shawn Michaels as the favorite uncle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
I always got this because he's so close. He was so close to Vince.
The relationship
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Like because the main roster people now probably look at Triple H that way, where Vince was the big boss,
right? You know, and I even think, because I think the NXT class that looked at him is the ones that probably looked at him sort of like the Shawn Michaels are all in AEW now.
Majority.
So I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that next class looked at him like, oh shoot, that's like Vince. You know, like when
Finn and Charlotte only ones that's like left.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens maybe.
And Sami Zayn.
He's
just surpassed that. Whoa, goodness gracious, realness.
Another one bites the dust.
Yep.
It's crazy, ain't it? Seth Rollins. I mean, that's at least we got to start in 5.
Seth and Roman and
But see, Roman and Seth and Roman would.
They were FCW though, right?
They were Dusty's kids.
Yeah.
Right.
So
like maybe Kevin Owens and Finn and those guys that NXT.
Yeah, because I mean Bailey's still more Dusty.
Do you think so?
Sasha, I consider Bailey. You think they Triple H?
Because they were a major part of NXT versus like Dusty was booking FCW. He was
okay.
You know what I mean? Like Dusty had Roman and Seth and the Usos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That group. And then H kind of, when they did NXT, they kind of, Dusty became the promo guy.
Right.
Yeah, but because even I feel like the people, they get excited to say, Desmond Xavier. Like he was saying, like, dude, he's like I be texting. He's like, I actually got Shawn Michaels' number in my phone. But
is his hair real?
Talked him. Huh?
Is his hair real?
Who?
Right.
Desmond Xavier. You know who he talking about.
Ain't talked to him since.
Is his hair real?
He was still the other dude.
His hair was cut and he came back the next day with a headband and dreads on. Is his hair real? He doesn't.
I'll just leave it at this. It took me what years? It took me 6 years.
Thank you for answering that question.
I will never talk about but this is 6 years of work.
I'm gonna come on the show next week with a headband and some dreads. Y'all better not make fun of me.
Hey,
don't judge me. You just said you're not judging him, so you better not judge me.
I'm not. I'm definitely gonna judge you. I got
some new look realness. Like, don't worry about it.
Remind me, I got a story for Rome After Dark.
All right, we gotta wrap this up. It's gonna be a good one.
But yeah, so I sit there, and that's the thing, right? At the end of the day, I look at everything. And like I said, going back to the text messages, and it's just like, wow, okay, Brother Hugh was right. Triple H don't have like that final say so. Yeah, sure. He had the pin for WrestleMania 40. I thought it was a great show. I thought it was, flawless. I thought that. But man, that man fighting for his job every week.
Yeah. That's the stressful place to be. Stressful place to be, man.
Yeah. So that man already had heart problems.
Bingo. Like he was fresh. He really just came back from that. If you want to keep it 100,
bro, I saw him. He was like the first time
frail and pale.
He was, it was via Zoom the first time I ever, and he was like, "Oh yeah, cool. I like the background. That's what's up." He wasn't,
man. You need a steak or something, man. You got to put some weight on, making me nervous, Triple H. Hey, so listen, we got to get out of here. We got to wrap this up. But I asked one major question, gentlemen. We talked about all the major things. We talked about all the issues. We've had a nice debate. We had a nice debate about what makes a lasting WrestleMania moment. So the last thing I proposed to you all, can the pro wrestling save this year's WrestleMania? Now, I say that is because despite all the issues, despite what it looks like to us, it looks like some sort of infighting because there is not one final say on the product anymore. Right? So despite all the infighting, as it looks to us, we're just fans. We don't know. Despite all what looks like desperate measures and gimmicks to draw numbers at a failing ticket sales for WrestleMania, which is unheard of. Can the pro wrestling, the core of what this is about, the granddaddy of them all, can the pro wrestling still save this WrestleMania? Can we walk away from WrestleMania 42? Because this is going to answer the question. Is WrestleMania 42 ruined? Can the matches, can the pro wrestling at its core be so memorable? Can we have a moment that's going to define this year's WrestleMania? Or will we walk away always remembering like this is the one that they really messed up?
Go ahead.
Well, since the real Dwayne Allen doesn't remember WrestleManias, he only remembers big moments.
I don't remember WrestleMania 16. I'm still trying to figure out why when you mentioned it, I was like, what happened at WrestleMania 16?
All matches that were not singles matches except the Cat versus Terry. See? And that even had a referee.
Teddy Long booked at WrestleMania. Tag matches everywhere.
Not to mention hardcore time limit title match that they added on. You guessed it, SmackDown 2. Know your role.
That was like one of the best matches ever. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, Brother Hugh came to school the next day like he was Crash Holly. Bro, he was ready to attack Crash Holly. We went to the Naval Academy that year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was like, yo, that's Crash Holly. And I was like, bro, stop, yo. He's not even the hardcore champion. Oh, he not? No. But you asked a great question, Realness. And here's the thing, right? So it's a twofold answer. So bear with me, brother.
No, go ahead. Take your time, brother.
So when I look at the card and I look at it just as a wrestling card itself.
That's right. Just the wrestling.
It's beautiful.
Okay. Right? We got some positivity. Hold on. That deserves an air horn.
The card for WrestleMania 42 is beautiful. When you look at the matches, the thing is the build-up. I go back to WrestleMania 29, and I've said this before. In the moment, I felt, hey, good card, not feeling the build-up. I did not like it being a Rock Cena 2, but after that all happened, I was like, okay, I guess that means Cena got to win and Rock got to do the honors. Whatever, right? This is a WrestleMania that we're going to go back a year, 2, 5 years from now, press play, whether it's on Netflix, whether it's on ESPN, or hell, whether it's even on a Blu-ray disc. Shoot, they may put it back on VHSs.
Yeah, we bring it back hard media.
Yes.
That's right. That's it.
You couldn't say physical. You had to say hard media.
Deserves the air horn.
Yep.
So but just
rock hard.
Like these are matches. these are matches that if I'm playing a video game and I'm booking in pay-per-view mode, create a pay-per-view mode, these are pay-per-view worthy matches, right? Even with the celebrities, you know. But my thing is, the video packages leading up to it, not all of them are going to have enough substance, not going to have enough meat on the bone, right? Like some of them, but like Rollins, Gunther, no, not enough video package. 6-man tag match, no. Shoot, the ladder match, no. But I'm not worried about matches. All these matches, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I only got one match, and I want y'all to guess, because you may not be expecting this answer to come from me on this program. There's only one match.
I'm intrigued.
Concerned about delivering in the ring.
All right, so hold on. Let me get this straight. So you're telling me there's a match that you're like, hey, I'm not sure this is actually going to deliver at WrestleMania, right? Are we? Did you tell us? Did you tell us what night we looking at right now?
I'll give you a hint. It's Sunday.
It's Jay.
I'm sorry. Wait, no, it's Saturday. I'm sorry, Saturday.
Oh, okay.
All right, hold on. Saturday.
It takes away.
All right, okay. And you said there's a match on here that you're saying I'm not sure this match is going to deliver. That's what you're saying?
Deliver in a sentence. When they look at this WrestleMania, it's going to be the lowest rated match.
Oh
boy. I'm guessing you're
that's tough.
I'm trying to see now. I'm trying to think outside the box. What match is Brian H looking at on Saturday night that he says I'm not sure? It's probably the WWE Championship match. To be honest with you,
nope.
Okay, all right. So that was my guess.
I would say
the tag match.
Not at all.
Tag match
with the women's tag.
Okay. See, I was thinking that, brother Hugh, because I was like, I don't think they're probably going to have enough time. To be honest with you, that's the vibe that I'm getting.
I think that's going to be. Once they get in the ring, it's going to be fire, because that's got so much heat, because everybody, they're mad that they can't beat Lash and Nia, right? But they all keep getting in the way of each other. That's what's going to make that match beautiful.
That's
just being
yeah, you're right.
They just going to be able to just go at it. But it's one match.
It's got to be Seth Rollins Gunther.
No, not at all. That's going to be like nobody's going to remember this one.
I mean, no build up.
It's going to be like Gunther. It's going to be like Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. Like, it's going to be a good match.
It's just nobody's going to. I forgot. See, I forgot. That's what I'm talking about. I forgot they wrestled. That's a shame. Are you saying AJ Lee and Becky Lynch for this Intercontinental Championship?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
He said that last week, brother Hugh.
That's the only match.
He's not sold on this one. Now, I think I'm curious. Come on, tell us. What is it about this match? Because you have. Did we talk about this last week on the show?
A little.
I don't know if we. Okay, so we didn't go into detail. We didn't go into detail, and we have to get this now because you won't be here for the preview show. So you might as well spill the beans now as we're gonna start winding this down. But like I said, these in-depth conversations need these in-depth answers. But why are you not sold in particular on this match?
Because I get more from AJ Lee, the mystique of AJ Lee. But
you get more from the mystique of AJ Lee, like she's hiding some type of crazy monster she has yet to unleash. Am I on the same page?
Yeah, like it's like knowing AJ is going to be there, I'm hyped. But then what? The tag match at WrestlePalooza, that was epic because, as you deemed it, the most important mixed tag match, the most decorated mixed tag match ever. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Never before have we seen 4 superstars. The next closest thing, and that's just on title reigns alone, was John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice, right? But it's still like that's here. But AJ Punk, that was here, right?
We all know why that one got lost in translation.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But then they wrestled one-on-one.
But
hey, bro, look. Go ahead.
About Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes, though, right? I did not say that to you. I said, well, they wrestled already on SmackDown. They wrestled so what's you know what I mean?
But see, this is what I'm saying, right? Like the thing with them two, I know they're gonna deliver. These two ladies, to me, it didn't feel like
the chemistry is not there to me.
It's not there, and there's a reason. We've been doing this long enough, right?
Sure. A long time.
There's two reasons when your promos aren't in person.
Okay.
AJ Lee sitting down. And Becky Lynch backstage. That's trouble. Because a feud that hot, and Houston was hot on Monday night. Why wouldn't you put those two ladies out there in person?
Because one can't cut a promo.
Okay, now we're getting
and that's the thing. Like AJ Lee is like Lita, unfortunately.
She's still cutting the same promo from years ago.
Exactly.
Like we like, okay, we're happy you're back, and that's always a hard thing. You know who's the greatest to do it? Trish Stratus.
Absolutely.
Because for her to take off so long. And Trish Stratus, she's all about storytelling. Everything has to make sense. For her to take off so long and then come back and look as if she never left. Every time she made every matchup.
She evolved.
Every promo, whether it was
and she turned heel.
Charlotte, and she turned heel, right? But you go back to like 2018, her and Charlotte Flair knocked it out the park. Great match. That was just a dream match, right? But now, Trish, we want you to come back and tell stories. Okay, she turns heel. Thank you, Trish. I got the t-shirt. You feel me? Then she's like, First Crush. She's monetized it. She's on the First Crush tour. You feel me? So
don't forget Trisha and Tiffy. It's like mom and daughter.
Yes. And then said, you know, how good are you? Let's have a match. There's always the storyteller. Her and Becky Lynch inside the steel cage. That is my thing. And I say this. This is the reason why I get it, but this is the reason why I personally wanted Bayley in that match. Because I believe Bayley could have got a better match out of AJ. I think Becky's a great wrestler, but I don't think Becky is as great of a ring general as Bayley. The last time I see Bayley having a not such a great match leading was Sol Ruka. And that is the and the reason why that wasn't as good is one reason. Lack of house shows.
Okay.
That too. Right. Lack of house shows to practice.
Not getting Brian, you're a genius. Hold on, that deserves an air horn. He's got a point there, brother Hugh. Because that's not the pay-per-view matches. That's why we didn't get Hogan and Ric Flair at WrestleMania 8. See how Brian H? Because they said they tested it out at house shows and they didn't get the response.
It didn't work.
Yeah, Vince said that anyway. WCW got that bag.
They definitely should have just did it anyway.
Because guess what? They did it. They not only they wrestled there, they wrestled at Bash at the Beach. That Hogan turned heel, and they did it again and again and again. Come on,
you didn't need the match today. Listen, anytime Roddy Piper and Hogan for like a decade straight faced off, it was just like WCW as it was in the 80s. It's like, come on.
Then they gave us a 5-star match between Hogan and Bret on Nitro, where Hogan was actually working, man. It's on the Best of Nitro DVD.
That's the most he said. Look here, brother. Once I'm doing this, I'm disappearing for a month and a half. I'm not getting back in this ring. Anyway, those are excellent points. And another point, sorry, Hogan was not as old as I thought he was during that time period.
Like, I definitely thought he was like 82, bro.
Bro, I swore he was in his 50s. He was like 41. I said, what?
I mean, if your hair looks like that, I mean,
yeah, of course. AJ Styles is 47 with hair shampoo commercial hair, and Hogan was like 40. I said, dang, I thought he was older than that. Anyway, all excellent points.
You just gave me another idea for 10 questions. Now I'm gonna just name random WrestleMania and see what you remember. I'm gonna be like, WrestleMania 22.
Bro, it's going to be entertaining, and then the ones that I don't remember, you can remind me what happened, and then we will go back and forth about this stuff. I'm telling you, it's good stuff.
And like, brother, Hugh's going to do just that.
I'm just going to, bro.
This year, brother Hugh, you got to be like the what did you got to do like do like in Jeopardy. They be like, "Is that true, judges?" You know, they got to verify whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
Like, brother, you remember this? Nope, that's not true because I don't remember it either. Like, okay, like, oh no. But no, that's excellent point, Brian H. That was well
put together.
Love it.
That's
now,
what
brother,
I was concerned about, man.
You're not off the hook either, though, brother Hughes. It's your turn. I need to know from you because you always bring a different perspective. Because you don't be. We know how you look at things when it comes, and it's funny to me. Do you think that the card, the pro wrestling itself, is enough? Brian H. said he thinks the card is absolutely beautiful from a pro wrestling standpoint, with maybe one match on one night that may not fit the billing. Not that it won't be good, but it may not fit the bill. Like, we're expecting this match to do something, and he's not sure they can live up to it. Do you feel like the pro wrestling of WrestleMania 42 can save this WrestleMania, can still make this year's WrestleMania special despite all the stuff that the wrestling fans are up in arms about?
The actual wrestling. So when you first asked that question, my initial thought was no, because it's not about the wrestling. And we talked about it earlier.
Sure.
It's about the moments. We don't need any of this.
AEW proves that every time they put on an excellent pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
It's like they have excellent wrestling on this card, but once we move on, it's like, wait, what? I forgot that match.
Absolutely. It's not necessary, especially in WWE, because they're entertainment based.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Very much so.
More entertainment as opposed to AEW, who's more wrestling based. I'm knocking down water. Okay. All right. But yeah, so that was my initial thought. But as Brian started breaking things down, and I'm starting to look at the matchups that we have. You know, you got a Gunther, you got Seth Rollins, two of the best workers in the business. You know, and hold up real quick. Back to the initial thought. You don't have one of your best wrestlers on the card right now. Io. You don't have Asuka on the card right now.
We kind of got some issues with that. That right there could be a match, but they don't want that to steal the show. It's cool.
Exactly.
They don't want that.
Wait, let's see if Nikki Bella hurt or not. If they got throw them in the tag match, if they don't have to throw Asuka in the tag match, then we'll get it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean that's been culminating for a while. But who wants to go after them? Not me.
Nobody at all. But like I said, I'm gonna stick with my initial thought because I don't want to be the same as I don't want to say the same thing as Brian H. Waters because that's just the type of person I am. I like to be different, right? And sometimes difficult, right?
No, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, just sometimes. You know, I'm a good guy.
That deserves an air horn.
Difficult.
It's a lot of air horns.
You see that beautiful smile? I'm a nice guy.
Nice. I think it is.
Oh, your boy showed up on AEW. Callum.
Yeah, the United Empire. Yep. You know, this AEW partnership with New Japan is a real thing. I thought it was going to be a split, but they got me too. Go ahead, brother.
That's crazy. I gotta go back and watch that. No, you good. I gotta go back and watch it.
Listen to me. I was on the Twitter, and I was like, man, I gotta go back and watch the full show because I only caught the back end of it. I was watching a promo between Kenny Omega and MJF, which did not sell me on the pay-per-view match, but I'm sure the match is going to be good. But I'm like, I was all on my time. I'm like, I gotta go back and watch Dynamite. It was kind of fire tonight. There's a lot going on right now, and that was one of those moments. Yes, the United Empire did show up.
Hey, but definitely looking into it then.
Trust me,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely go back and watch it. But go ahead, brother. You were killing.
Oh no, I was just saying, you know, as far as the actual wrestling, we're going to get it. Yes, of course. But does wrestling sell in WWE? That's the real question.
Is it enough? I don't know. That's the $1 million question. Is it enough to save WrestleMania?
Let's think about it. Clearly, it's not if they're bringing in Pat McAfee, Speed, John Cena. Who else? Who else did they got on the card?
I'm sure the Undertaker's probably going to show up somewhere.
Exactly. Clearly,
AJ Styles will pop back up because he'll come out for a pop for the Hall of Fame. It's gonna be a lot. I don't know.
But look, that's why I'm saying. Look, I'm pretty sure Braun Breaker's gonna show up in that Gunther match. That's gonna be the moment. You know, like.
Bro,
let's
what kind of
be
drugs
honest.
he on? Because I had a hernia repair and I ain't come back that fast.
Right, bro. Like that's crazy. Big time crazy to come back that fast.
That's that freak athlete stuff where your genes are not normal. That's that X-Men type thing.
But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say one more again.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna say one more again. It's all about the moments and the highlights. Let's take CM Punk and Roman Reigns for example.
Mm-hmm.
Them two in the ring. Let's be honest.
Whoa.
On a wrestling basis. Let's be honest.
Wait,
let's be honest.
Yeah.
But if you
wait, what you say?
But if you want to tell a story,
bingo.
If you want to tell a story and you want pure cinema and you want a WrestleMania moment, those are two of the guys that you need in the ring to create that type of moment.
It's going to be more of a moment than a match.
Cinema.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I mean,
they're gonna give us a match because Punk will be motivated because he's the champion at WrestleMania.
First of all, you know how I feel about Punk.
Your boy doesn't work like that though. Like
he
Roman
doesn't.
Reigns,
that's what I'm saying.
He's a Hogan status, bro. I'm going to make faces. I'm going to do 3 or 4 moves. Like
that's literally it.
He's at the point in his career. He's working really, really smart now. He's subscribing to the Hogan era. Like, look, brother.
But remember too,
and sell.
In my opinion, I don't think it has to be boom, 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 up, down, left, go, right, fast, down, in a hurry to be a 5-star match.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought both Roman and Cody matches were magnificent. I thought they're oh yeah, I like I've watched both of them multiple times. I love both of their matches. Like I just love because of the things you said, the moments in the match, the chemistry, the eyes, the facial expressions that Roman would give, that Cody would give, the back and forth.
I got to go back and watch because
those are the things that you got to take into consideration. Literally,
and I remember his match because I'm sorry, the chemistry I remember is him and Brock and him and Drew. I remember really him and Kevin Owens early on. But I gotta go back to him. I gotta go back and watch him and Cody again. For some reason, I don't know why it's not registering with me. Like, But go ahead, continue your point. You disagree, Brian? If you're making that face,
I just think you were mad. That's what I'm saying every time.
I'm talking even like his match was at WrestleMania 40. Like I'm like I don't remember the match. Like I remember Cody's match with John Cena. Like you know what I mean? Like the in-ring stuff. Like I don't like. I remember.
And I'm gonna be honest, right? I will have a biased feeling because the matches did this, right? And there's been not many matches. When you've been watching wrestling, you kind of like, all right, this is how it's probably gonna go down, right? But there's a certain feeling you get when you have an attachment where you can like suspend those disbelief for the story that's being told and just watch it like you was when you was a kid.
Absolutely.
Watching any real wrestling, and he was, and you were in love with him more than anyone. So I expect that from you.
So there's certain people, right? And just like real quick, just give you some matches for me.
Go ahead.
Like certain people that I want that like they were able to drive that emotion out of me, right?
Wait. Like, based off the in-ring work or the moments in the match? Because
the moments in the match, the moment in my fandom. Like where I could just be a fan of the wrestling.
So yeah, you're definitely
and suspend my disbelief.
Yeah, because that was to Brother Hugh's point when he was like, the moments are going to stand out more than the actual wrestling in the match. So, but go ahead, continue.
But so like there's matches where it's like, when you take me on that high and that low, right? Bianca, Becky did it. Naomi's the one, even when she cashed in, because I'm like, is this really about to happen, right? Roman, Cody, but Cody, John Cena, like being on my feet. The second one, not the first one. The first one, it was like, all right, I want John Cena to win because I want to see history. That first one, like we all kind of knew Cody was going to win, but what if he didn't? And even then, I just was able to. They did such a great job because even though it was obvious Cody was going to win, it got me out of that obvious mindset and had me focus on what was going on. Them taking me for highs and lows. Another one,
and you know, go ahead.
I was gonna say one of my favorite matches I've ever seen in person.
You want to say it?
Davey Richardson, Jay Lethal.
Dang. I wasn't expecting
ROH,
Definitely.
Yeah, like because
I was.
I remembered. No, because it was I think do I think it was a draw? It was like the early days. Maybe it was the second or third ROH show we had went to.
And I just remember a draw.
Yeah, like because Jay Lethal was the TV champion.
It was champion versus champion.
Yeah, and it was just like back
and
forth,
some type of conclusion.
And that was the thing. I suspended disbelief of everything, and I just locked into the match. And that's the way,
And Davey Richards on that time.
That's the way I like to enjoy the wrestling.
And you know what match did that for me?
That was pre-Kevin Owens.
The match that did that for me was the triple threat from last year with the ladies.
That too. Yep.
Okay.
Literally, that's where I thought you was gonna go. You see what I'm saying? That's one match. Look, I don't remember not one moment in it. The wrestling was the moment for me.
Sure.
There
you go. The whole match was the moment for me. But I don't see I don't see anything on this card right now where it's like, oh, all right, this match is going to steal the show for me. Like I can sit back and be like, oh, okay, all right. The wrestling itself is going to be the focal point.
Well, I want to ask y'all, who is your favorite, like right now, or just on this card alone? Who is your favorite wrestler or wrestlers? Like just strictly from a fan standpoint, like the way you feel about Ziggler and the way you feel about AJ Styles.
Sure.
Who is your favorite wrestlers on this card right now?
That's easy. I can go. Definitely Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Jacob Fatu. That's the biggest one I want to see. Like I want to see Jacob. I think Drew can take Jacob to like the stratosphere.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just nervous about time. But then you could say the same thing for like Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. I think Finn can take Dominic to another level. And we get Demon Finn. Like, you see what I'm saying? So
was it necessary? By the way, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
You feel like the Demon was necessary?
I'm glad you brought it up. It's because that was one of the major points of the conversation. We're bringing out all the gimmicks. Like, it looks like a lack of confidence on behalf of the people that are putting the show together. It's like, crap, this isn't turning out the way we thought. Let's try to add as much sprinkles to the ice cream so they don't realize that it's not all the way vanilla. But if you cover it up with the different colors, you can't tell. Like that's the whole point. Like you look at it's just like it looks like a cluster. It's like, oh, okay, so we're bringing back the Demon. Let's give the audience that moment. And here comes controversial bar. They cannot outdo what Vince does best, and that was booked for the moment. It's because nobody in TKO right now that's there now comes from that era. Vince McMahon came from the Carney era. He came up as a promoter. That was one thing he's always, and that was the problem with us is because we will watch wrestling on Monday. See, people will go to the show on Sunday and go back to their business and may not watch wrestling until it comes back around. Come Monday, we like, all right, now make this make sense. Vince is like, man, it doesn't matter. Did you see the numbers we did that night for that show in that moment? Vince always gave pro wrestling fan moments. Let's give them the moment. We'll make it make sense tomorrow. I say it all the time. And we were like, all right, what the heck? Kevin Owens just fights Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the next day here comes Elias. That's his long lost brother Elijah or whatever he was calling himself.
Yeah.
We were like, wait a minute.
Ezekiel.
Whoops. I call him his TNA name.
That's low key. Like, that's low key what TK doing for real at his pay-per-views.
Pretty much. And it was like, dang it. This is supposed to re-put Kevin Owens back in this world title conversation and get him going again. And now he's out there trying to prove that these guys are the same person. And I'm like, you see what I'm saying? Like that was the Vince McMahon way of doing things. And we had a problem with it sometimes because it was like, dude, why do you not make this momentum work in this shift? But they cannot out Vince. One thing Vince could do is he was going to give you that moment. He was going to give you those moments. And the problem is sometimes it didn't always make sense the next day. Or now you kind of book yourself into a corner because now you got to force things to be a certain type of way. He's very assertive in his booking. I don't know how many times we saw stuff at Mania and then next Monday or SmackDown, it didn't always follow up all the way to, you know what I mean? Zack Ryder wins the IC title at WrestleMania in the ladder match for that moment, and then he loses it. We're like, dude, he just won it. We don't get a run. Like, no, we just wanted to have a special moment. We gave it to him because we know the fans wanted to see this. They wanted Ryder. Or even when him and Brian Myers won the tag titles at WrestleMania in New York.
Dang, I forgot about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like because they knew, these are the New York guys. These guys are from this area. The fans went crazy. And then the next Monday,
it was Zelina Vega and Carmella.
Exactly.
I was there when they won.
That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So like and it's like now they're like, they don't have somebody that they're doing that. So now they're like, bro, hey, what's up?
What's going on, man? Yo, here's the thing, realness. You cooking. Because now you got me. See, you do this on purpose every week. See, this is why we probably should start the show at 8:00 because you really getting the overdrive.
I didn't tell you I was gonna keep them on here long.
Yeah, you did.
We cooking, bro. We got 10 more minutes and it's almost half an hour. Remember I said 2.5, not 3?
Right.
No, because now I'm sitting here thinking about and just for testing purposes. WrestleMania 39 was booked by Vince. Vince had the last influence. I just want to make sure that's noted. There will be more moments, even if you say we can't use main event moments, right? There will be still more moments in highlight packages.
Bingo.
As far as
I already know where you going.
Yeah, like think about like if you remember WrestleMania 10, right? And they go through the timeline. A lot of that stuff they're actually showing you. They're showing you like Piper smoking in the dude's, like throwing a cigarette or a cigar in the dude's face. They're showing you like Honky Tonk Man driving to the ring. They're giving you these memorable visuals throughout the night from every WrestleMania. Even Jake the Snake and I want to say it was Greg the Hammer Valentine, blindfold versus blindfold. They're giving you all these memorable stuff throughout. And I'm like, wow, well, what are the memories from some of these other WrestleManias? You know, bro, even like WrestleMania 34.
That's how we got into the debate earlier.
Yeah, but see, I like Snoop Dogg.
which was a mistake.
Yes, but he also from School of Vince. Yeah, Rick Martel. My bad. Yeah, Rick Martel. That's what it was. The blindfold match. Like, you know, like
it definitely had the potato sacks over their faces. What was that about?
Yeah. I mean, shoot. Even as much as I remember people not liking it that much, Sami Zayn versus the dude from Jackass.
Yeah, versus Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville, you know, like I was like going to my seat and this dude, they was bringing him around. These like there always have been these moments, and I'm not sure. Like I'm really now you got me thinking like,
see,
last year, what was those moments?
Bingo. I don't remember WrestleMania 41. Can somebody tell me what happened?
Well, 41, John Cena broke Ric Flair's WWE record.
I didn't even remember that.
The only other thing I remember is the Paul Heyman situation with Seth.
What was Paul Heyman?
Yeah,
Seth. What happened with that?
Seth,
that's what I'm saying. It was
the turn, but you really got to dive deep to fix. You know what I mean? To remember.
I swear, I did not remember WrestleMania 41. Like not, and it's not a knock. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying it was forgettable. I'm saying, as a wrestling fan, there's that impression. Maybe that's the word I needed to say.
But there's a certain thing, realness, also when you turn off of that TV or you walk away from WrestleMania, or when you go to bed, or when you fire up the microphones, there's a certain feeling you have of, man, I remember this, right? Man. I think back to pandemic WrestleMania. You and I firing up the microphones, back-to-back nights, going live.
We did,
and there were, I
swear, I don't remember that either. I promise you guys, I don't drink or smoke, but I swear, I don't remember.
Brother Hugh was at the house for one of them. He took photos of me.
Oh wow, okay.
Because one of the nights we was on with Glenn and Corey, and there's certain times you just remember these moments, like, man, I can't wait to, I remember there's a feeling, right? Even if you're angry, like I remember the feeling of the people walking out and seeing so many people throwing things, upset when Roman walked away, right?
Sure.
As champion. I don't remember much, and I promise you, because I walked back to my hotel WrestleMania 30. If y'all remember seeing online how it's a crowded space. I walked back in WrestleMania 41, night 1, and night 2 I went to like the Bella's winery thing. But I don't remember like, man, even John Cena, like, yo, John Cena really champion. It was just like, man.
Yeah. But yo, my whole point, bro, like he broke his record. We were like, all right. I mean,
it's like I'm gonna remember, but there was a certain feeling, and that's what I said about 39. I had a certain feeling where I was on a high because my guy won, but I also remember the feeling. Shout out to the homie Shark. I remember him being upset. I was mad that I didn't get a chance to meet him in person, but I remember him being upset that night.
Shark was hot.
Yeah, and then even the night before with the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, right? I mentioned earlier Charlotte and Rhea, like
that was dope. I appreciate that.
Of that, you know, even WrestleMania, even seeing Dominic come out with the in Prison Dom and Eddie, Rey Mysterio and Snoop.
See, I forgot about that stuff too.
Yeah, like, exactly. But again, certain feelings. I think the only feeling I had that way, honestly, last year was Dominic Mysterio winning the title and getting cheered in his home state where he lived.
I forgot about that too.
I mean, wait, Dominic Mysterio won the title last year.
Yeah, he won the Intercontinental title, but again,
last year.
Yeah,
who did he beat for it?
It was a fatal 4-way. He pinned Finn. Yeah.
Story they're not telling.
Oh, shoot, that was
exactly.
Dang, that was last year already.
Yes, and if they would have booked this match weeks and weeks ago, they would have had enough time to add that in the signification of this storyline.
Yeah, instead of having a demon come out and deal with him, because it's like, well, what does he have to do with anything? Last
time, why the demon is coming? Because Dominic and him had an agreement. And see, I did this one time with Rosenberg where I had to break down why Solo beat up Matt Riddle one time. That's been an issue. I'm gonna say it in the Triple H era is sometimes, and Kevin Cross said this. Sometimes, because I'm looking at like Kevin Kosar. There's shout out to him, on Instagram. But that was his thing, rewarding people for watching weekly television, right?
Now that's a bar.
That's what he said. All he wanted to do. That's it, was reward people. That's the reason why he started doing the stuff with the hair. The problem was he didn't have somebody like the real Dwayne Allen. Yes, I said this because I am confident, even though my brother hasn't worked for WWE, he could point. Thanks for that. We have these great conversations all the time. So this is just a show. This happens a group chat. But one of the things you always said, sometimes you have to condense these moments. It's what they say, KISS, keep simple, stupid. And how long did it take people to figure out he was dressing like them? It's kind of like Lamar Jackson was wearing the mouthpiece that mirrors his opponents, right? But that's football. That's a mind trick that people are supposed to be. Wrestling isn't supposed to be that much of a mind trick. And that was the issue with Karrion Kross. But the biggest thing was rewarding people for watching weekly television. People should know that the reason why the demon has to come out, because no matter what, Dominic betrayed Finn last year because he didn't uphold the agreement of working together and bringing that IC title back. Instead, he pinned Finn in that fatal 4-way match, and he was undercutting him all this time as a member of the Judgment Day. He was kind of doing things on the sly, on the slick, on the low, and letting Liv get under his skin. And as the old folks would say, have his nose wide open.
And they were teasing it like on and off all year and just never followed up because somebody's always hurt. Liv was in, then she was out. Then, you know what I'm saying? And Roxanne Perez, and they was kind of teasing about them two and then that just kind of went away. And I'm like, and I understand, like, hey, stuff was probably already changing, but it's like, hey, now we're here and we're like, okay, well, let's just give the fans a demon, because it's like, what happened? This is what you do, Trips. This is long-term storytelling, and now you ain't storytelling in a long time. But anyway, this is shout out to DNC Digital. It's New subscriber. Thank you, brother. Thank you for participating in this this conversation of superior wrestling intellect. This is what we do. We dive deeper into these conversations, man, on such an intellectual level, because we are fans and we're not the ones who are responsible, but because of our passion and our love for this business and this industry, man, it's easy for us to dissect these things, and this is what makes the conversation worth having. But everything Brian H said pretty much just proved my point earlier, which is why I'm like, okay, all WrestleManias should have something that happens, as he says, that leaves an impression on you, that makes you feel some type of way about that WrestleMania for whatever reason. For whatever reason, like Brian H said, it doesn't always have to be the main event. It does, you know what I mean? We've seen it happen over the years. It can be the moments, it could be whatever. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Danhausen stole the show this year, but it's hard to look at this year's WrestleMania. I was excited last week, and now this week I'm extremely nervous. There's no doubt in my mind that the show's not going to be good, but is it going to be WrestleMania worthy? Is it going to be memorable? Is something going to happen that makes, if previously I would have said Oba versus Brock Lesnar is going to be the one that we're going to walk away saying this is the beginning of the Oba Femi era, but knowing Brock Lesnar, he might be in there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, did my job. Good job, kid. You're the big dog around here now. I'm going to go home. If you need me, call me, but I'm not going to answer. But tell somebody I know, and they'll tell me, and then I'll get back to you next time I see you. And that's going to be, you know what I'm saying? But man, this is it's. I think the performers are the performers. Like I said, I think they're going to go out there and they're going to do what they do best. And I don't know, man. We might get an AEW style show, man, where they might just go out there and say, let's just go out here and wrestle our tails off. Let's control what we can control. Let's not focus on the things that we can't fix. And then, like I said, man, the WrestleMania season may take over. So in all optimism, we'll see. The original question as we wind down everything was WrestleMania ruined? And the follow-up question was, can the pro wrestling save it at its core? Because that's what this is really all about. It's too soon to tell, but brothers, one thing for sure, one thing's for certain. One thing for sure, two things for certain. See, I got it right.
Yeah, it is.
WrestleMania is here, fellas. And we have been watching this a long time. It's like an anniversary for us. Even though we're in the anniversary year, man, this is something we do every mother freaking year. And part of the fun of having these conversations is not necessarily always predicting what happens, but breaking down and dissecting all the things that lead to our favorite storylines that we get to watch every week. And with that being said, despite all the drama, despite what's going on, despite how this seems like a cluster, I am still looking forward to it. And next week, we will definitely get into our WrestleMania preview show so we can break down the matches a little bit, go into the detail. Brian H will be en route to WrestleMania, so he'll be on the pavement, seeing things and taking care of business on his front. But like I said, me and Brother Hugh and we'll hold it down and in the parking lot, by the way, of Las Vegas. His favorite place to be.
Right, this is gonna be at Allegiant Stadium again.
All right. If I see anybody on the back of or riding an elephant backwards like Bobby Heenan at WrestleMania 9, I'm gonna be super pissed. But until then, follow us on all our social media platforms at Wrestling Realm. Subscribe to our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube at The Wrestling Realm. You can follow Championship Culture on Championship Culture _ on Instagram, and go to youtube.com/Wrestling Realm. Playlist Championship Culture to catch up on seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the special shows, all the good stuff. We have plenty of content. Brian is just cranking out stuff left and right. There's only 2 episodes of Realness Reacts, but they're 2 really good episodes.
Fire episodes. Yes.
Man, we got so much content. Like I said, man, we got so much going on. This is an anniversary year. We're just getting started. WrestleMania is later than usual, but it's okay because we have hung on long enough and we are finally here. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are not ready for what is ahead, you better brace yourselves because things are changing. The tide is turning. And next week, we'll be talking about WrestleMania. So until then, as usual, wrestling fans, do yourselves a solid and stay wrestling fans. Until then, we are out of here. I guess that's it. Anybody got any last words? Nope. We
Happy WrestleMania season.
Happy WrestleMania season. We out of here. Peace.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yes! For all exclusive shows and bonus material, subscribe to our Patreon channel at patreon.com/thewrestling_realm. You can watch all of our Wrestling Realm content anytime on youtube.com/thewrestlingrealm.